Death at the Hotel California. You belong to the city, Glenn Frey. You belong to the city.
You don't think that's a tasteful cover?
As everyone moaned there, I hope you know it wasn't me. It's the New York Post. That's their cover today. Death at the Hotel California. Travis, you like that one?
Dun, dun, dun.
That's a horrible headline.
It's just like, I'm not an Eagles fan, but yeah, it's mean. Like, that's not what you write when like a legendary art, like what do they write for David Bowie?
That's something nice. I don't know. We can look it up.
Death at the Hotel California.
Yeah.
Star Corpse.
Star Corpse. Yeah, that's how we start today. Death at the Hotel California. Glenn Frey out of nowhere dies on us.
Oh.
Although a bunch of people saying they knew he was sick. I don't know. I think the rest of us regular schmoes didn't know that Glenn Frey was on his last leg. Did you, Jimmy?
I had no idea, but I wouldn't necessarily know that anyway. As I like the Eagles, but I can't say I'm a guy who has ever seen them live or.
Yeah.
So.
That Eagles documentary is amazing.
It was very good.
The history of the Eagles, I think it's called. It's like 3 or 4 parts. If you're looking for something to watch today, that's a good one, man. Yeah. You learn all about the band and Glenn Frey and Don Henley and how they were the backup band for Linda Ronstadt and then said, you know what, we could do this thing. And boy, did they do it.
And I know Don Henley's voice, because Get Over It, let's be honest, is arguably one of the best songs ever written.
Well, we could play that today.
There you go. I mean, this doesn't get you going. Yeah, you're whining and doing something and pitching a fit. Yeah. Nah, that's Glenn Frey. But I don't, David Bowie dead. That was what they said for him.
David Bowie dead?
Cancer claims rock legend.
At 69. They just went with David Bowie dead? That's bad too.
No, it's just a grabber.
Yeah, I think that's more of a statement.
Well, I mean, but David Bowie was a genius. You could work something a little better than that.
Yeah.
And you know, Don Henley and Glenn Frey didn't get along over the years. So, you know, Don Henley could be singing that song for the Glenn Frey people today. Get over it.
Yeah, maybe he'll sing that at the fucking wake.
Right, just get over it.
I don't know which ones were Glenn Frey and the other ones, like, I know that I can recognize the different voices, but I couldn't listen to one and go, oh, that's Glenn Frey, or that's, you know, other members I can't name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Eagles, we all grew up with the Eagles. They were on the radio all the fucking time.
Yes, they were.
I guarantee my sister and my brother-in-law are crying somewhere. They were huge Eagles fans.
New kid in town. I always liked Life in the Fast Lane because they said God damn it. Yes. I always liked songs that had a dirty word when I was a boy. And then when they'd be on the radio, I was always shocked to hear a dirty word on the radio.
And you thought you were hearing something you weren't supposed to?
Yes. That was another Chevy Vega, mother smoking a Benson and Hedges, and dad driving song. That was another one. I remember my mother, the smell of the match. My mother light a cigarette, and I love the smell of a match when it burned out.
She would light her cigarettes with matches in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, how old are you?
I'm 47.
I thought I was older than you.
You are, by a whole lot. But I mean, the matches thing, the Nortons were not a lighter people. We were matches
why wouldn't
people.
you use the lighter in the car?
Maybe they would sometimes. But just that smell, that first, like when the paper burns, the first drag of the cigarette smelled so good, and then the rest of it was terrible.
I've told you, I love the smell of cigarettes, but I never really smoked on any regular basis.
Only the first drag.
But that when you smell someone lighting up a cigarette, that smell is just wonderful at first.
Then it gets awful fast.
Well, it gets awful because now they're blowing out their fucking bad breath everywhere. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, they're carbon dioxide and cigarette smoke.
Well, because when you first light it, it's nice and it's almost like a pure smell before it goes through your plaque and your fucking bad breath.
A tobacco plume. A lovely tobacco plume.
But when you first light it, it's nice. I got to go with Ben Carson for worst tweet as far as Glenn Frey goes. I want to thank everybody that sent this in this morning on the Twitter. But real Ben Carson on Twitter, he tweeted, "Take it easy, Glenn Frey.
That's nice.
It's your turn for that peaceful, easy feeling.
All right, well, that's kind of nice.
For the rest of us, it's going to be a heartache tonight."
Boo. Fucking boo, Ben. Stinks.
Stop romanticizing death.
Yeah, exactly. Stop using songs.
Yeah.
You know, it's awful.
You think he told like his advisors, he's like, I got like 25 more characters. Is there another song I can do?
Is there a short one I could do? They're like, no, you should just end it and put BC. They'll know it's you.
Yeah, that's painful to read this morning.
When Ozzy dies, I'm not going to say, I'll be very, very sad, but I'm not going to say, looks like he went for a ride on the crazy train. Oh no. They did kill rock and roll. Oh no. Ugh. Not going to say any of those things.
God is dead.
God is dead. Nice.
Say that.
Right. You're not going to say that?
No, I'm not.
It's your turn for that peaceful, easy feeling. Stop romanticizing death.
Exactly. It's not a peaceful, easy feeling.
Not at all.
Fucking the goddamn the coroner opens you up, fucking takes all your shit out, sews you up, puts formaldehyde in you, and half the times they burn you. Fucking just have your ashes in a thing. Yeah, how rested.
Yeah, what's peaceful about being put in an oven?
Yeah. Oh, he looks really good. What did they do to him? They cremated him. Looks peaceful.
Nice and peaceful. Glenn Frey.
Oh, rest in peace. A lot of great music.
I think my favorite part of this story is that Don Henley immediately said that the Eagles will continue.
Oh, really?
There's like no question about it. Well, no period of grieving and like, well, we'll see what happens.
Wow, yeah.
They didn't really get along.
No, I know.
These two for many, many years, and in Don Henley's statement, you could see that.
What did he say about him?
Something about,
changed my life forever.
I hate his fucking guts, but, a long time ago we formed a bond that'll live forever, something like that. Where's his statement?
He wrote,
touching tribute to his friend following the news of the guitarist passing. Glenn was the one who started all, he wrote. He was the spark plug, the man with the plan. Where are we? Okay, he had an encyclopedic knowledge of popular music and a work ethic that wouldn't quit. He was funny, bullheaded, mercurial, generous, deeply talented, and driven. That's not the statement I read over the weekend.
And that's also not the...
But that's a much better statement than the one I read over the weekend.
That's not even yesterday. The warmest statement. Like, it's not a bad one, but can you go back, my sweet, could you, Glenn was the one, like, what he's right, he was the spark plug, the man with the plan.
The man with the plan.
That's something you write about a guy who gets a promotion.
Yeah.
Like, he had an encyclopedic knowledge of popular music. I can't think of any of the crammed. I was trying to do popular music for, and I couldn't think of any of the Honeymooners references. Okay. Ralph fucking bombs on that show.
Yeah.
But, look, it's a nice statement, but it's not the most passionate statement about someone. You can tell that that's by someone who's like, understands how great the guy was, but didn't necessarily like him anymore.
Yeah, the one thing I'm learning about this Glenn Frey thing is that you could die from rheumatoid arthritis.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that, anybody?
I know that, what's his name, my comedian buddy, Sean Rouse has arthritis. I think he had rheumatoid arthritis.
Remember Sean Rouse?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How's he doing these days?
I haven't talked. There's another comedian named Jason Rouse, too, I'm friends with. There's two Rouses.
Love Sean Rouse.
Yeah, he's really funny. And I haven't seen Sean in a long time, so I'm hoping he's well.
Is he still doing comedy?
Oh, I'm sure he is. Yeah,
I sure hope
fucking
so.
Hilarious. I mean, his name will pop up. I hear his name. I just haven't bumped into him.
Right. What was it? Acute rheumatoid arthritis?
Yeah, I think so.
Acute. What else did he have? Acute ulcerative. Is that how you say that?
Well, I'm going to guess ulcerative colitis.
Colitis and pneumonia. So he was in bad shape. That stinks.
Yeah. Was he one of those guys who abused his body a lot in the 70s? Like, when you hear of certain guys going, you're like, in that era, they all smoked, they all, drank for 40 years.
I'm sure he did a number on his body. I don't know where he was at with all that these days, but...
it's amazing a lot of these guys made it into their mid-60s to 70s. I'm surprised some of them lasted that long.
Yeah. 67 isn't that old these days, no?
Oh, yeah, New Kid in Town. I never loved New Kid in Town. I never loved that song.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I'll acknowledge it's a very good song.
They were all hits.
Yeah, but I never loved it.
Take It Easy was one of his big ones. He co-wrote that, lead vocalist on Take It Easy. He also sang lead on Peaceful Easy Feeling, Already Gone, New Kid in Town, like Jimmy mentioned.
I don't love Peaceful Feeling either.
Heartache Tonight.
Yeah, I don't love that one. I think I preferred Glenn Frey's stuff. Not that we should compare them as
you
one
mean Don Henley's stuff?
Don Henley, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I always loved Don Henley over Glenn Frey.
But it's just the fact that
vocally anyway.
The guy died, and I'm just saying I liked his friend better. There's no reason for me to say that. I'm contributing nothing to his eulogy here.
Well, we've never talked to the guy. We don't know him.
That's true. I did see Don Henley recently. I think he did Howard, and I saw him on the way out.
How did he look?
Great. I didn't know it was him. I was getting the elevator. Who is that? And then someone said Don Henley, and I was like, oh.
You were in the elevator with Don Henley?
No, I would have got a photo. He was just talking to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
In the lobby.
Well, Carole King tweeted, "Rest in peace, Glenn Frey. Deepest condolences to his family and the Eagles." That's a nice one. Sheryl Crow, "Glenn Frey, you will be sorely missed. Thank you for all you gave us." Phil Jackson, "Glenn Frey, oh, how sad. He was one of the reasons I'm here in New York doing the work of the Lord." Which Phil Jackson is this?
I don't know.
Is that Phil Jackson, the coach? Or another Phil Jackson?
I don't know. Is Phil Jackson really doing the work of the Lord?
Peace at last, Glenn, and a tequila sunrise. Who is this Phil Jackson?
Phil Jackson 11, is that the one you're reading?
Yes.
That's the coach.
He's doing the work of the Lord. He's the GM of the Knicks.
Wait.
Right? President of the Knicks, whatever.
Maybe
Coach
maybe he's joking.
President of the Knicks.
That might have been a joke between them. Maybe they knew each other.
All right. Fair enough. Questlove, side, Glenn Frey belongs to the city still. Damn, man. All these legends, man. The Eagles. Nikki Six, rest in peace, Glenn Frey. Thank you for all the great songs and powerful lyrics. Jesus, can the Reaper please take a break for a while? Yeah, you got Lemmy, you got Bowie, you got Glenn Frey all within a week.
Natalie Cole,
you got to throw in there. Jamie Lee Curtis, the lights are dimmed at the...
I hope she doesn't say Hotel California. I hope she says something weird. The lights are dimmed because there's a new kid in town.
The lights are dimmed.
No? Is that it?
The lights are dimmed at the...
Wait, no, I know what it is. The lights are dimmed, comma. Take it easy.
The lights are dimmed at the...
the lights are dimmed, dash, get over it.
Get over it, right.
All right, good.
At the Hotel California. Thanks for the soundtrack. Track to my youth. All right. Mickey Dolenz joining the Heavenly Band. Rest in peace, Glenn Frey.
There's no Heavenly Band.
Well, that went around on Twitter.
But there's not.
They're like, wow, there's a hell of a band up there right now.
No, he's not performing with Bowie. They're not jamming. They've both been opened up by a fucking... They've both been opened up by a guy who looked like Quincy.
Yeah.
Had their stomachs taken out and their hearts and their livers.
Well, people don't want to think that. They think there's a Heavenly Band up there.
No, there's not. They're not jamming.
All of a sudden now you get to jam with Jimi Hendrix.
No, you don't.
And here comes Morrison to, sing a few. No?
No, I don't.
There's not a super band up there? A super group?
Nope. Nope. Not at all.
May the stars of the southern sky greet you tonight, Glenn Frey.
Who wrote that?
George Takei.
Right.
Thank you for great Eagles. Thank you for great Eagles tunes like Hotel California.
All right.
So, it's very sad. Have info on the conditions he had. Okay, why don't we do this, Jimmy?
Yeah, ulcerative colitis is very, very bad. I had it once in my eye. It's a long story.
We should get him on for this. Matt in Yorktown, what's going on?
Hey, morning, fellas.
Good morning, Matt.
I have actually, it's a stupid name, but it's ankylosing spondylitis, which is just like rheumatoid arthritis, and it leads to ulcerative colitis. And my sister has ulcerative colitis and almost died twice from it.
Well, can I ask you a question about it? 'Cause as you're talking, we have this up. It says ulcerative colitis affects only the colon and rectum. Like, what does it do to your ass?
Yeah. So my sister actually had half of her colon removed. And she shit 20 times a day.
Oh, man, it's
crazy.
Our pal Pete Davidson has the Crohn's, right?
Yeah.
And he has to shit a lot.
Yeah, so both of these diseases,
they're sort of similar, aren't they?
And rheumatoid both lead to either Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Yeah.
Oh, rheumatoid arthritis will lead to one of those.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically, a doctor told me that I had Crohn's because I had stomach issues, but thankfully I did not. But when you have an autoimmune disease, it comes up as like a positive test for it. I don't know. It's fucked up, man. They're horrible diseases.
Oh, is that an autoimmune disease?
Yeah, they're all autoimmune.
Oh, they are? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, I know nothing about these.
It's all like injectable, that lowers your immune system.
That's horrible.
Which sucks. You get sick from that.
Right.
So what can you take for this, man? Like for Crohn's and Pete goes once a month for something.
Yeah, it's injectable, like Embra. I don't know if you guys ever see the commercial, Humira. all that medication.
Yeah, which commercial is that? What are they doing in that commercial? Because these drug commercials, they never explain the actual drug.
People look wonderful. People look wonderful and happy, but
what are they walking in a park
every day? Oh. It sucks, that medication.
All right. Thank you, sir. I got
okay, thanks, buddy.
We got Weird Medicine,
Thanks,
Dr. Steve on line 10. I appreciate the call, Matt. Dr. Steve.
Good morning, boys.
Hey. Rheumatoid arthritis. That one of the things that took out Glenn Fry, right?
Yeah. Well, he had rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
And he had ulcerative colitis.
Yeah.
And probably the treatments for both of those, they're both autoimmune disorders.
You're only saying that because you heard the other guy say it.
Exactly.
Oh, did somebody say no?
Yeah, please. You just heard that. You didn't know that.
I've only been awake for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
I can hear it in your voice. Someone got woken up for this phone call.
My kids are out of school today. But anyway, so both of the treatments for those are immune modulators, so you're kind of depressing the immune system. But when you do that, it makes you more vulnerable to attack from other organisms. And my understanding was he also had pneumonia, which is probably the thing that took him out.
Can pneumonia? Well, I guess pneumonia really can kill you.
Oh, that's a motherfucker for some people.
Patients, yeah.
Well, sure. I mean, Jim Henson, was taken out by pneumonia. He had streptococcal pneumonia. But if your immune system is depressed, the bacteria get into your lungs and then they invade your bloodstream and get to the rest of your body.
So,
and that's called sepsis. And I'm just speculating. I know absolutely nothing. I found out this morning.
You're just guessing, yeah.
Yeah, you're all right. So basically, they're treating the rheumatoid arthritis, and the other thing weakens his immune system, and then the pneumonia got him.
Yeah, that would be my supposition from seeing this, day in and day out.
And rheumatoid arthritis, is that something you have your whole life, or what? How do you?
Well, it depends. Most people will manifest the disease later in life, in adulthood. There is a juvenile version of it called, amazingly enough, juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. But
good name.
But
yes.
It's an autoimmune disease that affects the tissues of the joints and the cartilage and all that stuff. And you've seen people that have it. It manifests, if it's not treated, with these sort of crooked hands where they call it ulnar deviation, where the fingers sort of point away from the midline, and big knobby joints, and it's very painful, and it can also affect other tissues of the body, like the heart and things like that. So it's a rough disease, and some people you can control it with medication, and they're okay. My mother-in-law has rheumatoid arthritis; she does okay, but there's always that risk that the treatment is going to make you vulnerable to some immune problem like an infection, or even certain cancers like lymphoma and stuff like that. So
brutal. And does this have anything to do with possibly being into the drugs back in the day?
I doubt it.
All right.
We don't know what causes things like rheumatoid arthritis, so it's postulated that it could be a virus that attacks, and then our body kills the virus, and then some protein on that virus looked like joint tissue, and so now all of a sudden the antibodies and the cells start attacking that, but we don't know. So if it's that, though, it could be a toxin, something that you inhaled or something like that at some point. Nobody knows.
Our body gets stupid from time to time, and it attacks itself and gets confused.
Yes.
And starts attacking things that are supposed to be there.
Right. And then the opposite of that.
The fuck is that about? Why does that happen?
Well, I mean, we have this surveillance system to reject foreign intruders, and every once in a while, one of those foreign intruders will have a protein on it that looks sort of like us, and when that happens, the body will turn against itself because it thinks that, oh gosh, there's more of this intruder in there, and it doesn't have any way to know. It's just sort of a blind system. It's pretty perfect, but not 100%. The opposite of that is when it doesn't attack things it should attack, which is what happens in cancer. When you have a tumor that's growing, the body is supposed to recognize that as growing incorrectly and kill it. And when it just kind of can't see that, it's blind to it. That's how cancer can.
Why doesn't the blind see it? Like, why? Let me just put it in terms that non-medical people can understand. Like, why don't my little soldiers see this invader?
Right. That's the question. When we figure that out, we'll have a generalizable treatment for cancer.
That is true. I really did just ask that. Like,
nice.
you think no one's asked that question before? I really did just kind of come up with this third grader's question.
I always use it. If you have a serial killer in your neighborhood, they look like they're mowing their lawn, and you wave to them every morning, but you don't know what the shit's going on in their basement.
So you're saying my stupid immune system would just wave at cancer? That's depressing.
Yeah, it just kind of passes by those tissues and just waves and says, howdy do. And if you can ever, open up that basement to the immune system and show them all the hostages that are tied up and being tortured downstairs, then all of a sudden the immune system goes crazy and will actually kill the cancer. And we've seen this in a couple of cases. Recently, a non-pseudoscience cure for cancer, a woman that had cervical cancer. They took her T cells out, which are supposed to kill the cancer, but they were just passing right by it. And they exposed these T cells to the proteins inside this woman's cancer cells. And then they injected the T cells back in. T cells went straight to the cancer, killed it, and she is walking around cancer-free today. And she had stage 4 metastatic cancer. So we are so close. And if anybody's interested in reading about that, I just a little plug for my website, drsteve.com. Just click on non-pseudoscience cancer cures, and I've got several of these things on there.
I'm so glad that you made it all about yourself when this phone call was about Glenn Fry, a rock legend that we lost overnight.
Well, yes, it's all about me.
Well, let me ask you a question. You're saying we're close. Like, are you saying this might be unrealistic? Are we talking? I was hoping by Thursday.
I used to say 100 years, and then I got down to 50 years, and now I'm saying, 15, 20 years we may be there. This may not help me, but it'll help my kids and my grandkids.
It'll help you. Well, you're not that old.
Wow. Oh, shit, I'm old as hell, man.
You don't have cancer?
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty fucked up.
Is Joe... You're fucked up? With what?
Yeah, I'm pretty fucked up. I got some damn thing going on, but I'll be all right.
Do you really?
What do you got going on?
I'm not 100% sure. It's I've got a demyelinating polyneuritis, and it's affected. I'm staggering like a drunk person, and I'm not drinking, and it's all kinds of fucked up.
So what does that mean?
That?
Well, it could be the statin drug I was taking. It could be the weird thing is they found out that I've got an elevated B6 level, and so I have all the symptoms of a thing called polyvitaminosis B6, which is numbness of the fingers and ataxia, meaning that I'm stumbling around and all that stuff. And so, but the weird thing is, I don't take a B6 supplement. My doctor is like, well, just quit taking that B6 and you'll be fine. And it's like, well, I'm not taking B6. But B6 is a vitamin, so I can't produce it. So where is it coming from? So my gastroenterologist and I have figured out that the only place it could be coming from is I've got a mutant strain of E. coli in my gut that is overproducing B6. So we're just going to kill it, and I'm hoping I'll be okay.
But that's what you think the main problem is. It's just a bad thing of E. coli.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But is that life-threatening?
Bad meat.
No, just lifestyle threatening.
Okay.
I'm a bass player and I can't feel my fingers and
wow.
Like that, so but in 6 months, if our theory is right, this is how you do science. You just have to rule out all the things it can't be and start working on what's the evidence pointing to.
Do you get the E. coli from bad meat?
You can, and actually the strain of E. coli that I may have actually does come from bad meat, so that's a possibility.
So how would you not know you had it before?
Well, that's a good question. Usually you would have diarrhea and abdominal problems, but I have had abdominal issues for quite some time, but they've been really manageable. So anyway, the treatment for this is real simple. So shit, I didn't even mean to talk about this, but
well, now we can't hang up on you. Yeah, you take your time. You take your time, Dr.
No, this
Steve.
would be the perfect time for a hang up. So we're going to check the B6 before. We're going to do the treatment, which is a thing called Xifaxan, which will kill most of the bad bacteria in my gut, and then you check a B6 after. If it comes down, then you watch it for 6 months, and if my nerves come back, then that's what it was.
All right.
You know, that's how you figure this shit out.
Oh, man.
But anyway, and I have actually, thanks to one of my Twitter followers for turning me on to the whole mutant bacteria thing. It may have taken us a little bit longer to figure that out. So, shit, sometimes Twitter and Reddit and all those things aren't as horrible as we thought they were.
No, not if you're looking for medical advice. That's
yeah.
Well, I hope you're all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, man. Anyway, I'll be fine. I'm still working every day and doing everything. So it's.
But you can't feel any of your fingers, or they just kind of go numb, or no? It's not that.
Yeah, they're real numb, and I thought it was just initially just calluses building up on my fingers from
we know it from
my instrument.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh. And then I realized I couldn't take a shower without falling down in the tub because every time I'd close my eyes and wash my hair, I'd start stumbling around in the tub. So, yeah, it was bad.
And that's not like not to be morbid, but that's not a brain thing, is it?
No, don't think so.
Okay,
don't think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway,
all right, Dr.
Yay.
Steve.
Have a great day.
Hang in there, buddy.
All right, man.
All right.
I'll be all right.
I hope so.
I think we've got it figured out.
All right.
Okay.
Good to hear.
Medical science is a wonderful thing.
All right. You want to plug your radio show?
Yeah, sure. Weird Medicine, Saturday nights at 10 p.m. on this channel.
All right. Very good. Our pal.
Thanks.
Okay,
Dr.
buddy.
Steve. I hope he's all right.
Yeah.
He's a very good egg. This might be Florentine, someone is saying. Is this Florentine?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning. I'm on the road.
That's not Florentine.
It is Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Jim, what do you got today?
I was talking about, that disease that Glenn Fry has. I used to date a girl that had it, and every time I gave her anal, parts of her asshole would fall out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so what are you guys up to today?
That's all you got, Florentine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right. Thank you, sir. Jim Florentine, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll have him in soon. Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. Listen, January 30th, Helium Comedy Club, 3:30. I'll be doing a stand-up set under the tutelage of Brad Trackman.
Comedians never say a stand-up set.
That's all right. I'm new.
Dope. Comedians don't say. That's like Pacino calling up and going, "Yeah, I'm going to be doing a little bit of acting."
Yeah.
It's not how comedians talk.
No, that was maybe Florentine.
I'll be doing a stand-up set.
So, this Glenn Fry, man, it's just a shock. It's sad. All these guys we grew up listening to on the radio are now just dropping dead left and right. That's kind of scary.
I hope Dr. Steve's okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I didn't know he was publicly talking about that. But
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I heard some things. So, in other music news, you got Don McLean being arrested overnight.
Oh yeah,
for domestic abuse up there in Maine. In the middle of the night, I guess somebody called and said, "Could you take Don away? He's being a problem right now."
Well, they heard there's a recording, and you can hear in the background, it says a wife, I guess, and you can hear, like, the last thing they hear is, "I'm so sick of hearing that goddamn song."
You think he brought up American Pie one too many times?
Yeah, I think she's just had enough.
She's finally had enough with his... I mean, he did have another hit with a song called Vincent, but most people know Don McLean, of course, for American Pie, that 8-minute song that became number one in 1972.
For 4 weeks. She probably got tired of this.
71, actually, for American Pie. I thought it was 72, but whatever.
It was, she got tired of, will you shut up? He'd be in the living room just humming that fucking tune she couldn't take it.
Or maybe he's just humming, trying to come up with another song about pie or something.
But it sounded too much like that.
Yeah. And she finally said, look, you're not going to have another hit with the word pie.
You think he would just like insert lyrics into their regular conversation?
I'm sure.
From the song? Boy, this February is going to make me shiver.
Right. She'd be like, what? What?
Oh, Don, he still's got that crazy hair, too, in his mug photo. A long, long time ago.
Honey, did you write the Book of Love?
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up.
What's the story, though? Can you go to the story? What's the story? American Pie singer Don McLean has been arrested on a charge of domestic violence assault. The 70-year-old was released from Knox County Jail after posting $10,000. McLean, who lives in Camden, Maine, had a 1971 hit with a song, I'd never heard of this, American Pie, about the deaths of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and Big Bopper in a plane crash.
Wow, that song just as easily could have been called 2 out of 3 Ain't Bad. Big Bopper was stupid.
Hello, baby.
Yeah, I was never a big fan. One good song.
You want to do the telephone song?
Yeah, it's a big hit.
Do you want to do that one? Where there's all,
the video stunk where he's going from phone to phone. No microphone.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the, who was supposed to take that flight? Willie Nelson? There was one guy that lost.
I think it might have been Willie. No. That's a good trivia question. I used to know the answer to. I think it was in Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, there was a fucking,
I don't think it was Willie Nelson. I want to go with a Haggard. Who was it? Come on. Someone out there screaming at the radio. Well, fucking call us and tell us.
You should just put who was supposed to take that flight.
Holly and his band consisting of Waylon Jennings were playing Winter, Long Journey. Oh, fuck. Was it maybe Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on that plane?
Maybe.
Who was supposed to be on plane the day the music died? Very good. All right. We're going to get the answer here, right? Waylon Jennings.
Okay.
It looks like.
What happened? He, lost the draw or something? Or they're like, no room for you?
I forgot. I wasn't expecting to talk about this today.
Okay.
You find out, Paul, and you let us know, okay?
Sure.
Is it right here, maybe? The day the music died, it's
Oh, yeah, Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on the flight, but he said, no, I don't want to be listed in some crummy song that's probably going to be written if this plane goes down, and he wrote LOL, which was amazing because there was no LOL back then. They were like, what are you talking about? He said, just get on the fucking plane.
Yeah,
the Big Bopper wasn't even on the tour. He actually just brought him.
Yeah.
And the Big Bopper's like, I don't even need a ride, baby. Let's just get on the plane.
Maybe he thought, look, if Waylon Jennings dies, then it's going to be tougher to write the song.
Yeah.
A few years later. Jennings, 21 at the time, had been in New York City recording sessions produced by Holly, and after taking a train to Chicago, met up with the rest of Holly's band. Problems first arose when the tour buses hired to transport the group began breaking down. After a show in Clear Lake, Iowa on February 2nd, Holly decided to charter a plane for himself, guitarist Tommy Alsop, and Jennings so they could fly to Fargo, North Dakota, instead of taking the long frozen bus trip. Richardson, who was suffering from the flu, asked Jennings for his seat on the plane, and Valens asked the same for Alsop. Oh, wow.
So wait a minute, so...
When Jennings told Holly that he was going to take the bus, Holly jokingly told him he hoped the bus broke down, to which Jennings replied, I hope your old plane crashes.
So was Alsop and Jennings taken off the flight?
Yeah.
So there's two guys who were booked on that flight in his band that are alive now because they didn't get on. Wow.
Well, yeah, one guy had the flu. Who had the flu? It just said it. One guy had the flu and asked for a seat.
Oh, Richie Valens?
Richardson.
I'm going to guess Richardson's the Big Bopper.
Okay, who was suffering from the flu, asked for Jennings' seat, and he gave up his seat. And then the other guy probably said, fuck it, Jennings, I'll go with you. I'll keep you company. I bet you that's how it went.
Well, no, I don't want to be on the fucking plane with the stupid Big Bopper and the flu. You and Buddy get the flu. I don't want to be on the fucking thing with this. Hey, first of all, his song bugs me. Second of all, he's got the flu.
Yeah, that is.
Hello! He's only 28 when he died. Wow.
He looked a lot older than 28. And that is right. Richardson is the Big Bopper.
Oh, well.
What does that have to do with Don McLean? Oh, yeah, because he wrote the song.
Yeah, we're just in a little bit of a spiral.
And then he got arrested for domestic abuse. And What? Go back to the story. I wasn't done reading it.
Yeah, who did he hit?
They're not really saying it at this time, I believe, what I read this morning. It was reported that McLean was held after police were called to a property at 2 a.m. He is set to appear in court February 22nd. So there you have it.
Oh, wow.
Don McLean, arrested at 70 years old, has the same exact fucking haircut. That swoop that starts from his left ear, basically, the top of his left ear all the way over the top.
Look, she looks a little tipsy in that photo.
He does look a little
tipsy. He looks a little tipsy in that photo.
I think he's finally fucking had it. I just need one more song. I want to write one more song.
That's 40-something years ago. Like, I wonder what that's like for a singer when you do something so long ago and you're so do you feel like, hey, I'm blessed I had one giant one, or do you like, fuck, I'm sick of that?
No, you never say you're blessed. I think you're tortured by it. That song is brilliant.
It's a big tune.
The writing in that is pretty brilliant. He works in a lot of stuff, and then he just couldn't do it again. I mean, he had this song, Vincent. Do you know Starry, Starry Night? Could you play Vincent for like the first few seconds? I want to see if Jimmy knows this. You might know it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. This was a big hit.
Oh yeah. I've definitely heard this.
So
that's a good song.
He had 2 hits.
What a nice voice.
Yeah, it was a nice voice. All right, let me go to Brett, who wants...
You have a lovely voice.
Brett, what's going on?
Morning, Opie. How you doing, sir?
Oh, we're doing good, man.
Do you prefer Brett or Brettykins?
Whatever you want, Jimmy.
All right, Brettikins.
Hey, I just want to, real quick, Jimmy, we saw your set at Side Splitters in Tampa this weekend, and dude, you were fucking phenomenal.
Thank you. I really had a great time there.
It was a good crowd. We were the couple that inserted Chip into our wedding vows.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Hey, buddy.
Have a good day, boys. Punching out.
Right. That was it. How was Tampa? How was Mike Colta? How was your trip, Jimmy? Everything was good?
It was very, very good. Yeah. Chris Jericho came to the late show Saturday.
Nice.
And it was good seeing Chris. It was really fun. And Mike's show was so good. It helped a lot with tickets.
Well, what was Chris doing down there?
He lives there. So he came with his wife and some other friends, and
that's great.
Yeah, it was really. I loved it, man.
Oh, there you guys are. I didn't check your Twitter yesterday, Jimmy.
Yeah,
there's you and Jericho.
And you got to see. I interviewed. There's a guy, and Mike does a really good. He's a good fucking. Like, I was on the air, and Tino Martinez called in, and sometimes athletes can be hard, and him and Tino are friends, but he did such a good job interviewing him on the phone. Like, he's just really good, man.
Yeah.
And he has this guy who is a big fan named Hoppy, who's he makes him wear like a mask when he comes in because his face bothers Mike, but he's not a bad looking guy. But did you see the photo of me and him? I retweeted it.
Like I said, I was off, I was pretty much off the Twitter in general.
I did his podcast. He's a lovely boy.
Ryan, I think I see him on Twitter. Ryan something?
Ryan Hoppy.
Hoppy
there
or
he
something?
is.
A large man?
Yeah.
Wow, he is a large man.
Look at the photo of us together, though. It's
Ryan Hoppy Radio.
He doesn't even fit in the photo.
That's hilarious.
His head just disappears.
What the fuck, dude? You're not that short. How tall is this kid?
He's 5'8". It's so bizarre. He's 5'8". I really am short. I come up to his shoulder.
Wait, you're 5. What are you?
5'7".
All right, let's say you're 5'7". So he's that's at least. Wow, and then you got to figure out the head.
Well, there's a full photo of us on my Twitter.
That kid must be 6. Jesus.
Yeah, I want to say he's 6'8".
Is he really that tall?
I think so. He told me, yeah.
Holy fuck! You look like a kid in that photo.
Yeah. Well, that's my new diet. It's just the skin Oh, you mean I'm short.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lovely boy, and we had a fun time doing the podcast.
Oh, he's doing a podcast now.
Yeah, but it was a good weekend overall. I enjoyed it, and the club is great. And
Side Splitters.
Yeah.
Good.
I really, really enjoyed it, man.
Nice.
It was nice walking outside without a fucking jacket.
Yeah, that's what Kenny was saying on the way in today. He's like, why the fuck do we live here?
Dude, I don't get it either.
He's like, me and Jimmy just left 70 degrees.
And I'm going I got Scottsdale this Saturday for Arizona gig.
Yeah.
And it's I'm going back into nice weather.
The only reason we live here is because our family's from here.
And I love I don't want to live anywhere else. How cold is it now? It's not that bad out.
It's like 19 degrees today.
Yeah,
22 degrees, something like that. with a storm on the way.
Could be 3 degrees. I mean, let's just keep you gotta keep it positive, though, you know?
Yes, we do.
Travis, why are you shaking your head?
I don't like positive Jim.
What do you mean?
I like his videos.
I don't like your Instagram videos.
No, it's a good start to a new year.
The Facebooks are better because
Yeah.
the Facebooks are better because they're longer. The Instagrams will cut off before a lot of the joy is spread.
Well, can we play one for the people?
Maybe that's why I don't like them, because I'm not getting the joy.
You need to watch on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that.
We're changing things around. More positivity around here. Jimmy gets it.
That's right.
See, let's play one of Jimmy's positive. Wait. All right, go ahead.
This is yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Hi. Just wanted to say happy Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. People have been telling me that I inspire them the way Dr. King did, which I'm humbled. And just if you feel like today is a sad day for you, like maybe you feel you're like the mayor of Bummer City, I just wanted you to know that's going to get better. See that?
Yes, I see.
Very inspirational.
Why do you do it with your shirt off?
I only did that one with my shirt off. There was this was a good. This was filled with joy and.
Let me see this one.
Sure. Da 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 da. Hey. So I was just having a little bit of fun, humming some Jack White and the Stripes, and don't let that snow get you down. It's nice to be back in the Big Apple, and I'm coming out to Arizona next Saturday. Hopefully I'll leave the snow here with me. And thanks so much for coming out and seeing me in Tampa. See? The messages of inspiration and hope.
Spreading joy wherever you go.
Yes.
That's
somebody
nice.
Somebody on Twitter said that you're doing Colin's Twitter character.
Oh, God.
But it's really not. Colin's Twitter character is not creepy. Colin's more upbeat. Like, hey, fans!
Yeah.
It's a different energy.
It's definitely different. Of course it's different.
This is meant to be inspirational and to get you on a really deep level. To really move you on your inside.
It's a perfect way to start the day.
I never looked at it like that, but that's a good
perfect way to start your day. Because you're just hit with negativity throughout the day. You might as well start with some positive message.
That's right. Go back and get some positivity in your lives.
Yeah,
that's the new Jim Norton.
I like it.
That's the new. What was it? The new Jam Brady. What was the new Jam Brady? She had a wig. Was that the new John Brady? Travis, do you remember?
Yeah, I forgot.
You know how old I am, right?
Yeah.
It was
no idea.
Well, I wasn't exactly in high school when the Brady Bunch came along. I love her afro.
Yeah, it was a black afro, basically.
A Walona Woods afro.
I think she wanted to date some black men.
Yeah, I think she did, too.
She was putting out the feelers.
Yeah. You know what? I want to look like Dad's friend who comes over after the basketball game. Oh, no. We don't talk about that.
No.
We don't discuss that.
We don't, yeah, it's stupid to live up here. You just waste 2.5, 3 months every year of just fucking waiting for the warm weather.
Yeah.
There are people in Florida right now. They're going to go play golf. They're going to fucking go for a bike ride. They're not going to just bundle up and just sit in their apartment all day.
No, I kind of...
It's dumb.
It was hard to leave.
Tampa?
Yeah, man. This is lovely.
But you live in these shitty areas as far as the weather goes because your family's nearby. If it wasn't for them, then why wouldn't you just take off and find a nicer, easier way to live?
You know, I had to make this decision on this new closet that I'm getting done. Like, people think I don't understand their issues, but I do.
Yeah. What's the issue?
No, nothing. It's just stupid.
Okay.
I just realized how bad I am at like real person stuff.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know what decisions to make. I have no faith in my own decisions.
No one has faith in that shit. Everyone always questions their decisions, I believe. Did you watch the football games, Jimmy?
I was,
there were some great games, man.
Kind of flipping around. Yes, I did. I watched a lot of the highlights, but I was watching on...
You watched the Packers-Cardinals?
No, I think I saw most of that in highlight. I saw some of it, but I think then I left. I don't remember.
Aaron Rodgers has 2 Hail Marys in one fucking year. But it doesn't work out for him, that game was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was great.
Especially the end. Hail Mary. Here, play the Hail Mary.
Reset Starks. They are going to bring pressure again.
Yeah, this is
Rodgers is going to roll away.
How the hell did he throw it that far off his back foot like that?
And Janice, there's
It's ridiculous.
Please.
That was on the buzzer for the fourth quarter.
Holy fuck, and then they lose the game.
Be one of the great throws ever made. Moving to his left, falling away and launching.
I don't know how he was able to throw it that far.
That's insane. Now go back. Of course, we have to watch this again.
Good God.
have control. They look at it. It's a scoring play. Is it a catch?
It's a catch.
Ball is bouncing around on his chest.
He had it.
He had it. Ooh. The hell is that?
That was Peterson behind him. Johnson comes in. Johnson.
We don't get Al Michaels for the Super Bowl this year, right? CBS has it?
Yeah, he was a catch.
Who's CBS? That means we got Phil Simms this year? Is that it?
I think that's Nance, right? Jim Nance on CBS?
And who else? Phil Simms?
Yes.
I wanted Al Michaels.
Phil Simms has great points, though.
You like Phil Simms?
No.
Why not?
Why don't you like him?
Phil Simms starts sentences and then just doesn't finish them.
Well,
does he really? I never noticed that.
I wish we had a montage of that now. Really?
What does it? Will he just?
Oh, Phil Simms is here.
Oh wow! All right, I didn't know he did that. I didn't notice.
No,
I like Al Michaels. I'm an Al Michaels guy.
Yeah, I love Al Michaels too, but I mean,
don't do this all day, please.
Well, I know that the next inspirational video may have a little Phil Simms influence. Thank you, Travis.
There you go.
You've helped round out that character.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep hurting myself.
And then who's you're a Cardinals fan, Paul?
Yeah.
Young Paul?
Yeah.
How are you a Cardinals fan?
I like them. They're pretty birds.
I always went with the underdogs.
What?
I always went with the underdog. And the Cardinals never had a chance when I was little.
Do you see yourself as the underdog?
Yes, I do.
You're like a little Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah.
He's not Scooby. He's Scrappy-Doo.
All right. I became a Minnesota Twins fan for a summer because my dad went on a business trip and brought home a pennant.
You're a very easily influenced boy, weren't you?
I was young, and then I realized how stupid it was, and then I went back to being a Mets fan.
Oh.
Why you pick you can't just pick. Why'd you pick the Cardinals?
I went to the Minnesota Twins too. My mother did when I was a kid. It was so weird. My mother's like, "Why do you like them? You don't even live." And I'm like, "Because I hear Kirby Puckett it really tears up white pussy, Mom." It was a bizarre conversation.
Well, it got you to be a Twins fan for a little while, though. All right,
and then she confirmed it.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate all our PA's local teams. I fucking hate Penn State. I hate the Eagles.
Why do you hate Penn State? I mean, you obviously agree with the lifestyle that they push. Why do you dislike the team?
I just hate how everybody in the area is like, oh, Penn State. Like one guy said, Joe Pa taught me how to be Italian when he died. I was so happy when he died too.
Yeah.
You were so happy when he died?
Yeah.
Who said that he taught me how to be Italian?
One of my friends goes, oh, he taught me how to be Italian.
Was your friend Italian or was he Jewish?
No, he was Italian.
Okay. Sammy Davis Jr.
Why were you so happy when he died?
I hated Penn State.
Were you happy because you thought maybe he saw some things and kept his mouth shut?
No, he should have stepped aside years ago. He was just a glorified
And that's why you're happy he died?
Yeah, I hated him.
For what reason?
And how everybody got behind him. I don't know. I just hated him.
Wow. Paul really fucking doesn't play games, does he?
No kidding.
The nice, quiet videographer in the back who does a little bit of this really is a fucking sociopath. Yeah. Glenn Fry died. Good. Fuck him. I was hoping cancer would get him. I never liked that one chord he plays. Oh, all right.
Yeah, if you said, I'm happy he died because I feel like he saw some things with the kids, then I would... but you're saying no, that's not the reason you're happy he died.
That's the only reason you were happy he lived so long.
He was just a glorified mascot who should have stepped aside years ago.
A glorified mascot? Mm-hmm. All right. So then your team came back, and who was it, Larry Fitzgerald?
Yep.
Had a 75-yard catch, I believe.
Yep.
Let me ask you, as a fan, you're watching that. What are you thinking when that Hail Mary happened?
I was screwing myself because I was like, when they scored, I was like, oh, it's over. And then they scored that. I was like, fuck it, we lost. It's done. And
it was Palmer had a nice throw himself.
Yeah.
You know, they're downplaying his throw, but his throw was pretty ridiculous as well because, here, play that, I guess, really fast. He was scrambling.
Palmer stepping away at first. Palmer extending the play. Nobody there. Crosses the field.
But Larry was wide open.
Fitzgerald's amazing.
Fitzgerald is going to take it into Green Bay territory.
Unbelievable. This game was so ridiculous.
20.
If he scores, it's over.
It's insane to the 4-yard line.
So ridiculous. Wow. I don't give a fuck about either team, and I was on the edge of my seat with this one. And you saw the coin toss where it didn't flip?
Yeah, we have that. And that's how they got the ball for overtime.
Yeah, but I mean, they had to reflip it because it didn't flip.
They had to reflip it, they got it anyway, so
yeah,
it didn't affect anything.
It didn't flip. You don't have to play that. Everyone saw that.
We've seen that.
Whatever. So who do we got this weekend? We got you got Peyton against Brady.
You have the Patriots against the Broncos in Denver, and you have the Cardinals against the other team.
The Panthers.
Yes, Panthers.
So who goes to the Super Bowl? Obviously, the Patriots on that side.
I'm going to guess it's going to be 2 out of those 4.
Although Peyton Manning gets to play at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that makes it a little tougher for Tom Brady, but I think they got that easily. And then who on the other side, Travis? Who do you got?
Oh, probably Patriots, Panthers.
Yeah, I think that's going to be tough for the Patriots, right?
I wouldn't put anything past them.
True.
Yeah,
they know how to cheat well.
Did you hear Phil Simms maybe fart on TV?
No.
During the Steelers game?
No.
Where is it?
Maybe that's why he's always stopping sentences. He's like, I feel like the quarterback needs... And he's just like letting little gassers out?
Something definitely happened.
I want to hear that.
Is this it?
Yeah.
All right, let me hear this.
Visit NFLflag.com. All right, Phil, we start the fourth quarter here. The Broncos accepted that penalty.
Wait a minute. I don't know.
Is that the guy filming it?
No, I watched it live.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I looked up and said, what the hell was that?
All right. That's funny.
It's very funny.
Who farted? Do you think it was Phil? Maybe it was Nance.
No, it was Phil. Phil's a farter.
Phil's a farter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He probably put Nance's face in it.
All right, Phil. That's funny.
It's a game they play.
What else? I guess
fart on Phil?
Yeah, fart in the face, and then maybe the other guy has to talk. Like you fart onto his mic and he has to talk into it.
Wouldn't it be great if millionaire broadcasters were doing that?
Amazing. And they caught it on camera once. I just want to see Phil's big jock ass. Look at Nance's face. Dropping a stinky one.
We're going to take our break.
Then we talk about the Oscars. Mark Norman's coming today, right?
Mark Norman's here.
Oh, is he here?
Yeah, he just arrived,
okay.
So we'll get him on next. And we got Daymond John coming in from Shark Tank. And we got Chelsea Handler.
Yes, Chelsea's here promoting her new show, which we tried to watch but could not.
Nope, thank you. Thanks for nothing, Netflix. And I love the Netflix, but you fucked us.
It's amazing, but their media site needs work. So, yeah, well, I just want to talk about the Oscars when we come back, too.
Sure.
Like, there's a big bunch of people who are pissed off, and they're not wrong.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't think they're wrong to be pissed off.
Well, why? Well, I guess we could talk about it.
Every year it's the same thing. It's like... After a while, it's like, Jesus Christ, really?
You really think they're just purposely making sure the blacks aren't nominated for things?
No, I wouldn't say it's purposeful. I don't think it's done. But when I look at the way they treated The Wire, how that got only one nomination, it was for writing. There's something going on, and I don't think it's conscious. I don't think it's a bunch of people being racist.
Right. We got the statement from the Academy president, Cheryl Boone.
Who's black?
Isaacs, right?
And the host is black. So it's not, I don't think it's the actual Academy people themselves.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know why it is the way it is, to be honest. I don't know.
We got Jada Pinkett Smith's video that's going viral. About 8-9 million views on that. She's pissed off. And she's calling for a boycott? She's not going?
Yeah.
Spike Lee said it first, I think.
Spike's not going?
Yeah.
All right. He'll be missed, I guess.
Well, he's big enough that when he says something, he always got fucked up. I always thought that he should have been nominated once or twice.
And he just won an honorary Oscar.
For what?
For his work?
Yeah.
I hate the honorary Oscar.
I didn't even know that.
I bet you they hate their honorary Oscar because they're like, really?
Yeah, why not give it to me 1 year for a fucking movie?
Yeah, you should have gave it to me for one of these things you're now praising as you give me the honorary. I think it's stupid. All right, we'll break here. Mark Norman joins us next, and yes, we do have Chelsea Handler a little later, and now we're gonna have to. Fuck! I wanted to see that damn.
I did too. We tried to watch it for hours. I texted Roland, "Oh, they're sending you there," blah, 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 and the fucking code didn't work. It'll be the exact same message come up. So it's me and you both. It's not that we either did something wrong because the fucking same message we both got.
They got a problem because the same thing happened when I was trying to watch F is for Family before Bill Burr got in here.
Yeah,
and their solution to me was, well, you can't do it on a laptop, and you have to do it on a PC. I'm like,
it's just not happening.
Who has a PC? You probably still have a PC.
Do not know.
I got rid of all that. Now we just have laptops that we just drag around to the couch. And
I have a PC that fucking burned out when I was trying to transfer something, so I'm trying to transfer everything off the hard drive. I just get a bunch. It's a PC I didn't use for years. Mostly just photos and stuff I want to pull off before I throw it out.
I do want to thank Netflix. I saw a movie called Trophy Kids. 3 or 4 hateable parents and pushing their kids in sports. It's a very good documentary. Someone on Twitter turned me on to it. I appreciate that. I'll have to look it up and give you a proper thank you on Twitter. But it was very, very good. These parents get evil, man.
Yeah.
Living their lives through their kids and their sports. There's a little girl. She's like 8 years old. She's like a golf phenom. And the father walks around the course just calling her a motherfucker and stuff in this movie because she's not hitting it straight. And supposedly she's great.
Then again, if Tiger Woods' dad was a nice guy, wouldn't have Tiger Woods. Maybe he pushed him. Joe Jackson sure know how to get good songs out of those kids.
Those were the two examples in my house this weekend when we were discussing this movie.
Sure, there's plenty more, too.
But my argument to that was that how many kids were supposed to be great at their sport, but it said, fuck you, Dad, I'm done with your bullshit.
Right.
And probably bailed before they should have.
Didn't hurt the Manning boys.
Yeah, well...
I don't know how Archie Manning was, but I would hope there'd be a few smacks.
You think there were a few smacks?
I would hope so.
Well, one scene in this movie is the golf dad. He's walking around the course and she's having a shitty round, I guess, and he's calling her a motherfucker and stuff under his breath because he's mic'd through the whole tournament. And then he talks to another parent and goes, "It's too bad this isn't the 70s where you could get away with abusing your kid." He actually says something like that in this documentary, and,
cool.
and the parents look at him like, wow, dude, you might want to talk to someone about that.
Probably forgot he was mic'd.
Right.
At the end of it, he's like, I killed them all.
Killed them all. That was a great reveal. If you could find that for after the break, Paul, mostly the golfer dad. He was the worst. Although the football dad screaming at his kid in the car, making his 15-year-old kid break down and cry was pretty good, too. All right.
I have a couple of things I want to plug.
Sorry,
That's right. Just this weekend coming up in Arizona, Scottsdale Talking Stick, only Saturday, 8 o'clock. Louisville, Kentucky for the first time ever in February 4th, 5th, and 6th. And that's my last club date for a long time. That's all theaters after that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, the theater tour starts February 11th at the Vic Theater in Chicago.
Selling pretty well, too.
Very good.
Not humiliating at all.
Good.
Surprised.
Oh, stop.
Oh, I don't know, guys.
It should sell well. JimNorton.com for all the tour dates. There's a lot of them. So, all right. We'll be back with Mark Norman. Stay there. Yes, we're back with Mark Norman.
Hey, good to be here.
Good to have you, Mark. Love Mark Norman.
It's been a while. I'm so happy to be back.
Were you an Eagles fan? That's the big story today.
Oh, man, I'm a Fry guy.
Not really? Or
No, I like him.
You like Glenn Fry?
Yeah.
You liked his songs better than Don Henley's songs as far as the vocals go?
A little bit, yeah. I thought Henley was a little too like California cheesy for me. You know.
And Glenn Fry was a little more you belong to the city type of guy.
Yeah, he had a little more soul.
He spoke your language.
Yes, and that workout video. Did you see that?
No.
What? He put out a workout infomercial.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
You got to pull that puppy up.
Yeah? Did you learn a few new moves in the gym from Glenn Fry?
Well, he was just so handsome. And it was so fun. It's always fun seeing who goes the workout route, you know, like...
Let's say the workout.
Joe Piscopo did it.
Well, Joe is he's ripped, that Joe Piscopo.
That's true.
He knows how to lift. He knows his way around a gym.
Yeah, he was fun. What happened to him?
Piscopo?
Yeah. Did he die?
Oh. He does a radio show.
Oh, he does?
And we...
Not here.
Well, we've had him on a few times.
Oh, okay.
You want to try to get Joe Piscopo on the phone today, Travis?
Oh, that'd be great.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
I'm sorry, what? I was talking to Roland.
Mark Norman asked if Joe Piscopo was dead, so I was asking you, maybe we should try to get Joe Piscopo on the phone.
Oh, we can always try to do that.
You like when we get Joe Piscopo on the phone, don't you? Yes, you do, Travis.
We used to watch him as a kid, and then you just never hear about him.
Oh, no, we've had him on a few times.
Oh, great.
Roland's going to talk. Roland's going to...
Yeah, Joe's doing well, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we like Joe Piscopo.
It's fucking cold in here. Jesus.
Never a good sign for your career when someone goes, is he dead?
Well, no, he does radio. I think he was trying to make a run for mayor or the presidency or something. Last time we were talking to him, I forgot. It was just one of those silly celebrity things where I'm gonna run for president.
Right.
Like, yeah, well, how's that gonna work out for you?
That's
self-indulgent, kind of.
Yeah,
like Trump.
Yeah,
it's working out for him though. My God, it's getting a little late in the game for people to say this is
that's true.
Not a real thing.
Yeah, he's up.
He has big leads in the Deep South now. He messed up with the religious people yesterday, I guess. He was trying to convince them that he's more religious than he is. Mm-hmm. That didn't work out too well. So
yeah, never had an atheist president that we know of.
Why not? I think that'd be perfect.
I agree. It's all business.
What is he? Trump's a Protestant?
Ooh,
I think
he's a Jew.
He's a Jew. The Jew.
No idea.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get Joe Piscopo on the phone.
Oh, cool. Hey.
I don't think we're going to do the Glenn Fry workout video thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, just check it out at home when you're alone.
What do you like about it?
It's just funny because he's going all in. It's like super genuine and it's hilarious.
Oh my God, I've never heard of this.
We can't even really Living Right. Maybe this is it. Maybe a little sample here. Glenn Fry, Living Right, unless that's one of his songs. It's probably one of his songs, right?
Song, yeah.
Let's reach up with the weights all the way up to the ceiling. 2,
Yeah, that's
5,
a song.
6.
I don't know what this is.
I need your help. I want to start working out. I don't know if I can start today because, you see, I have this party and...
That's Glenn Fry. A big bodybuilder walks in and picks him up. And
Drags him around his house. All right, this is one of his songs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he had a workout video, and it was, you could buy it on VHS.
Yeah. Is that one of those like early 80s or mid 80s supposed to be funny videos?
Yes.
Those were the worst fucking music videos that had humor in them.
I know.
You didn't like the comedy in those?
It's like comedy and porn. Fucking stop it.
Right.
Don't put the two together.
They're different emotions.
Just sing your dumb song. Right?
Yes, I don't like that. Oh, the guy picks him up, and it's such a bad 80s. That's like a 1985 video.
Yeah. But you would sit around and watch that shit all day.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have our smartphones yet. We were bored shitless.
Right.
That's the reason we watched MTV for hours on end. It wasn't that special, I don't think, looking back on it.
I would watch everything. I would watch those when you stay home from school, and it's like VCR repair, gun cleaning, all those.
Right.
Those were fun.
Well, staying home sick was great until the time hit during the day where you realize you would now be home officially. And now you still have to play sick because you were home sick today, so now you can't go outside and play with your friends or whatever.
Yeah, the day flies by at home.
And then you're like, fuck, if I would have just hung in there, now I could be with my friends. And why the fuck did I make believe I was sick this morning?
That's true, yeah. It's even worse when you skip work because you're like, I lost that money.
Yeah.
There was a picture of Glenn Fry in 76 and then in 89. In 76, he was like, Eagles. 89, he was pretty jacked.
Yeah.
And it said Hard Rock, and then the next one, Rock Hard. I was just looking at the photo.
Oh.
So by 89, he was probably in really good shape.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did anything to enhance his good shape that may have crept up and got him later. Maybe they're unrelated. I don't know.
Well, I prefer the Hard Rock version of Glenn Fry than the Rock Hard version of Glenn Fry.
Yeah. Is this it, Mark, where he's Jack LaLanne ad with Glenn Fry? That's different.
Yeah, that is different.
Yeah.
Now you have us looking for this workout video.
There's no music in it. That's all I remember.
He's pumping though.
He's getting into it though. This is like in his workout zone.
Yeah, all these girls late 80s outfits.
Yeah.
These fucking bad. Like they had the short 80s hairdo and like the red top and the blue pants.
Yeah.
Well, what do we say? I'm missing the music. Where's the music?
Oh, you want to? All right.
Oh my good God.
Sure. Let's start over.
Strumming.
Oh God, he must have fucked so many girls.
You think so?
That's all I think about when I see this.
Yeah. Is how could they resist?
Yeah. Look at him. He's so cute.
He's not going to get abs if he's playing the guitar in the middle of the gym, though.
That's a good point.
First rule of working out is showing up.
Show up now.
See?
Join.
We're showing up.
He's in there.
$4 a month.
Join Jack LaLanne now.
Well, what charisma?
Yeah. Have you seen
awful.
Have you seen the Planet Fitness commercials?
No.
We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness. I finally walked into one. They're a gym. What are they talking about?
I don't even love Planet Fitness. LA Fitness is much better. I know because I'm on the Mark. You know how it is on the road.
Oh yeah, the elliptical.
LA Fitness. They do a very good job. This Planet Fitness is trying to make believe they're not a gym. I don't even know what that means.
Well, it's like HBO. We're not TV. You're TV.
You're TV.
Sure, yeah.
And then Planet Fitness. You're a fucking gym.
Right.
I guess they have a no grunt zone or something. So I guess that means. Oh, geez. What, Paul?
They have a lunk alarm.
A what?
A lunk alarm.
Yeah, if someone grunts, the alarm goes off or something.
If you grunt or drop the dumbbells, like when people do dumbbell sets, they drop the dumbbells.
Yeah.
If you drop them, the alarm.
I don't mind that if you drop the dumbbell. I don't mind somebody going. If you're lifting weights, you're supposed to make noise.
Right.
There's a guy in our gym.
There's a few, Jimmy. I was about to jump on
But he's a good dude, and when he lifts weights, he's one of the trainers. He's an animal. And when he's lifting, like he's got headphones on. He doesn't even know what he's doing. You can hear him going, easy.
Oh, I was going to say
easy. And but he's got big headphones on, so it's just something he's not even thinking of doing.
Yeah.
but he's pumping a lot of weight, but he'll go like, easy. And he's a big fuck, man.
And then he sings rap and stuff, but yeah, I know exactly.
I get no problem with that when a guy's working out.
No.
Easy. Yeah.
Some people just have their thing. They got to get out. They got to
you're
say.
lifting weights. Why do you have to lift weights quietly in the gym to make people comfortable?
I hate when they drop them, though, and the whole fucking place shakes.
Yeah, that is weird.
I'm like, really, dude?
I don't know.
But the clunk alarm? Come on.
That's so I don't mind them dropping weights. I just don't care. Go ahead, drop them.
It's called the lunk alarm, Mark.
Oh, sorry. I don't go to the gym.
It's Planet Fitness. They're not a gym. What we're looking at here is a gym, but they say they're not a gym. That could be any gym in America right there.
Kenny made me laugh this weekend because he said that when Dice was out in the gym, and I don't remember Dice doing this, but he would grunt and make a whole lot of noise with really light weights, and then make a big thing of it, then drop the 5-pound weights really loud, just obnoxious. Made me laugh.
Have you ever worked out with Dice?
Yes, he's an animal in the gym.
Really?
He'll do 1,000 crunches. You've never seen anybody work out like him.
Wow.
He is a fucking tremendous workout guy.
That's why I asked, because I worked out with Dice a couple times in L.A., and he did exactly that, where it was one of these gyms. It was a Gold's gym, so everyone is just in ridiculous shape, and the guys are just almost all of them are bodybuilders. And he picked up, like Jimmy said, 10 pounds and was doing bicep curls. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at us. So was he doing that on purpose to embarrass me?
Or he might have just been doing a bunch of reps. But I mean, I don't when I've seen him doing serious workouts.
I've never seen a serious workout.
The amount of energy he'd put in.
Yeah.
We would start. This is when I was smoking in Vegas. I never wanted to go. Me and Rob Cullen would just stand outside, be like, fuck this sucks. When at the gym. But when Dice would really work out, he was really impressive. The amount of cardio he'd put in, the amount of crunches he would do, it was a lot.
Kenny?
No, he used to do lighter weights and more repetitions because for on-screen TV and film, it's all about the definition of being cut up.
When I was out there in L.A., though, I think he was doing it as a goof, because I'm like, and then we were only in there for 15, 20 minutes, and all right, we're done, let's go shopping now, and I'm like, we didn't do it. We didn't do anything.
What's the Dice workout outfit?
I'm trying to remember. This is so long ago now.
Kenny?
A
headband.
Chain?
Yeah, that's right.
Wristbands.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Oversized shorts.
Yes, that's
tank top.
Okay, yes.
Tank top says I'm not a faggot or something.
No, whatever you got for free from Gold's Gym.
Yeah, okay.
We used to get truckloads of stuff from Gold's Gym.
Sunglasses?
Not in the gym, no.
Not in the gym.
But as soon as the gym's over,
yeah. His headphones, tube socks pulled up to his knees.
It's all coming back now, yes.
Like the Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
But you'd walk into Gold's Gym like this. With him,
and the minute he's done, cigarette and either a 7-Eleven Slurpee or a Starbucks Frappuccino.
I told him how you said he would throw the small weights just to be obnoxious. It really made me laugh.
That's funny.
Yeah, he would do it. And he would throw him down really hard. Then he would walk around like this.
Yes.
For everybody to see him.
I think he was bored that day because we did not work out. I know we didn't work out. I was mortified.
There's a Lunk Alarm video.
Yeah, let's play
When Lunk at Planet... I don't need that fucking... I was just saying that I don't need the dumb Lunk Alarm. I prefer a nice LA Fitness, bunch of people working out. Make all the noise you want when you lift weights. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
All right,
but it's a safe space.
They don't accept this at Planet Fitness, which means they're not a gym, I guess. It's.
Jeez, like an air raid.
They're basically telling Planet Fitness, fuck your Lunk Alarm.
Yeah.
Nice. That's very funny.
I don't want any attention at the gym.
No.
You just want to get your shit done and get out of there.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to talk to me. I don't want to see anyone to see me.
I like a little attention. I wear a wrestling singlet and no underpants.
It's just you in a medicine ball.
Yeah, just doing 1940s workout stuff.
Yeah, you got a big mustache.
We got to talk about the Asian guy with the pubes.
I saw him yesterday.
He's
the ass of a 5-year-old boy.
We have these guys at our gym in the locker room. They're entertaining us all hell because me and Jimmy are on to them big fucking time. There's a new one. There's an Asian guy that has just ridiculous pubes. I don't think he's trimmed down in 20 fucking years.
Yeah.
And he'll put a towel on that covers below his boobs to almost his dick, and he walks around like a sumo wrestler, I guess it would be.
Wait, letting the pubes out?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yes, it's the strangest fuck. You've seen how he puts that towel on, right, Jimmy?
I see him naked all the time. He's always naked. His little teeny feet, the pitter-patter. He's like a tall baby. The pitter-patter of his little feet.
I mean, and you know how people joke like, they're hung like an acorn or whatever?
Sure.
He actually is. He has a micro penis with these just over-the-top fucking pubes that he hasn't trimmed down in 20-some-odd years. Walks around naked, and then when he does put the towel on, like I said, he puts it in a weird way where his genitals are exposed.
Yeah.
And his belly button's not, I guess.
Well, maybe in the Asian culture, they're not very hairy, so the pube is where they shine. Like, this will be my moment.
You think that's what that's about?
Yeah, because, let me show him a man. This is the hair I got.
This is what they block out in porn, too, pubes. They block that out in Asian porn.
Right, so he's letting it all free.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's
America.
an Asian thing.
Yeah. They're not a hairy people.
No, a very smooth-bodied man.
Yeah, they're like seals.
Did you hear the Amy Schumer news? What's that? Mark Norman does comedy with Amy Schumer on the road.
Yeah, she won the Critics' Choice.
It was an MVP award.
Oh, there you go.
They called it the MVP. Oh, this thing with the 17-year-old dick?
Oh, right.
Bill in California, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hey.
I just thought y'all might have a take on the thing with her and that 17-year-old critic, because if you look at what she said, I mean, the backstory is, the critic, I guess, interviews her on the red carpet for the Critics' Choice, and then later on tweets something about, I think he was kind of playing off of her whole persona that she jokes about, like, sleeping around and stuff.
Right.
And he makes a joke, and then she comes back and just kills him, like, she takes offense to it. Like, she was offended. She said something like, you're saying that, oh, I get it. You're saying I'm a whore.
She wrote back, hold on, we'll read the exact tweet. Let's read her tweet right there.
Yeah, go up to the top again, please. It starts with this guy, he's only 17 years old, he's a critic, blah, blah, blah. Shames 17-year-old critic. Amy Schumer shames 17-year-old critic. Okay, the tweet from this guy was, spent the night with Amy Schumer, certainly not the first guy to write that. Critics' Choice Awards. And then I think he took the tweet down quickly after he got slammed.
Well, she wrote back, I get it, because I'm a whore. Glad I took the photo with you moving. I can't see it.
Glad I took a photo with you. Hi to your dad.
She probably just, look, it happens. Once in a while, somebody's joking.
And you just had it.
Or you don't even realize they're joking, and you just snap at them. That's all it is. That's just, she snapped at a guy.
Right.
And people are like, how could she shame him? Fucking shut up. She snapped at the guy. Maybe she shouldn't have snapped at him, but people are acting like she wrote a blog calling for his resignation.
Yeah.
Like, and then, in one thing, should she have said that to she probably didn't know he was 17 and just breaking her balls. She might have read that like, why is this guy, sometimes it happens. You misread it. Who cares?
She definitely knew he was 17 because his dad was there with him on the red carpet. Like, she put that in her tweet, like, say hi to your dad.
I think
okay.
But the thing is like so then he wrote back and he was, the 17-year-old was literally like shitting his pants because he said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought you would like that joke. And my whole point was, like, Amy Schumer can't build her reputation on these types of jokes. Like, everybody knows in real life she's not a whore, but that's what she jokes about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is she just snapped at a guy. Sometimes it happens where you read something and you overreact. So that's probably what that was. People are making it into more than they should have. It wasn't like she went on a fucking diatribe trying to ruin the guy. In a moment she saw a tweet, she was probably like, fuck this guy, and just snapped. It happened.
And it makes a good story, because if you follow the tweets that went back and forth, this really isn't that big of a fucking deal. Because then the kid goes, then the kid tweeted, I truly apologize, thought you'd like the joke, I should leave the comedy to you, thanks for the photo, glad you won last night, I truly apologize for the tweet I posted earlier, I'm not a comedian, and it wasn't funny. So he panicked and tweeted back to her. And then she tweeted, "That's really okay, honey. I just remember thinking you and your dad were sweet, and it was a bummer to read that." So, whatever.
Yeah, and if she really wanted to burn this guy, she would have burned him hard.
Right.
That was nothing.
Yeah, Go ahead.
Let me just ask y'all take on this. I get that, and I'll leave that possibility there, but do you think it has anything to do with the fact that, look, Amy Schumer is on the verge of being one of the next big stars, in my opinion.
On the verge?
Yeah, dude, she's
where do you
there.
live?
She's there.
No, okay, well, then do y'all not think that for her to get some of the roles that maybe, with her past persona she wouldn't be considered for, this really is just part of an image thing. Like, she doesn't want people to... It's just a way for her to put out there, even though I think it's disingenuous because she built her reputation on those types of jokes, she's now trying to just shift her image.
Yeah, right. So she has every right to do that. I mean, she's got a man now, right, Mark Norman?
Yeah, good guy.
It's not Mark Norman, but she's got a man that she's proud of, and maybe she is trying to change her image a little bit.
Yeah, and also, she doesn't know this little pipsqueak, Like, if Colin Quinn tweeted that, it would be a different story. She's not going to take it from everybody.
Well, I mean, she puts it out in a movie. That's the whole premise.
Yeah, but she's not going to take it from everybody.
Millions of people saw that movie.
I think Mark has a very good point there. She's not going to take it from everybody. She takes it. She has proven that she could take a joke and that's fine. But this one, for whatever reason, got to her a little bit, and that's that.
Well, you got to nip it in the bud early, Then every little nincompoop is tweeting at you, "Hey, you whore, cunt, whatever." So you got to take them down now.
Yeah, but I mean, look, he's 17. He wasn't trying to be horrible.
No,
he was just kind of like that's like when someone sees me and they tweet something like, "Jim, you look like you have AIDS."
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've put that out there so many times, that like when someone tweets it to me or that becomes a part of the way people communicate with me.
Yeah.
I don't get mad at it. But have I ever, like, there's been times where I've blocked people on Twitter or I've snapped at them. And this is how I know it. And I'll get an email from them and they'll be like, "Dude, I was just kidding. I really," and like the tone sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I misread that." And there's been plenty of times I really have misread jokes.
Yeah.
And, I'll unblock them if they ask me to. It's one of those things.
Jimmy, just to be clear, are you saying that you don't have AIDS?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it shouldn't be joked about. I'm saying, of course I have it, but it should be. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of get that from both sides.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that he really was kidding, and
Sure.
I don't think he was trying to hurt her.
I don't think he was trying to hurt her, but,
But I've also misread jokes.
But Amy has proven she could take it over the years, but she's not going to be perfect.
And there's a whole new crop of people now who hate Amy. It's like, but that's what happens when you get.
Right?
Yeah, but that's what happens when you get truly when you hit that level of fame, you're never going to do everything right.
Right.
Yeah.
And now by me saying that, people are going to go, "What are you just trying to be nice to her?" Yeah, exactly. Because that's going to make me very famous. She's going to co-star me in her next film because I said something nice.
Right.
No, we all know how it works.
Yeah.
You get to that type of fame, and then the next step is they got to rip you down.
Yep.
Then they got to tear you apart.
Or things that people wouldn't have noticed before they notice now.
Right.
Sometimes it's just things you say that people take note of that 5 years ago never would have made the radar.
Totally.
Because everyone's watching, and the one person that wouldn't have seen you or noticed you saying it last year now notices you, and then blogs pick it up. Whatever.
But that's how I see it. I really don't think the kid was
Lights,
trying to...
camera, Jackson. He's a good boy.
I don't see it where the kid was trying to,
jeez.
He really was just going for a joke there.
Yeah, he's just kidding.
And for whatever reason, that one bothered Amy, and that's okay.
You know what I miss with kids like this is a slingshot in the back pocket. Remember that look?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Will Forte looks really disturbing.
Oh, Jesus.
With that half a beard is really...
I thought that was Boy George.
Fucking disturbing.
That rules. That was during the Critics' Choice Awards.
I was invited to that.
Oh, quit bragging.
Yeah?
No. Just wanted to say that once and see what it felt like to be invited to an award show.
All right, Bill, thank you.
It felt good.
You said like a question.
I didn't sell it well, Travis.
No, you said I was invited to that?
You're right. That was too tentative.
No, you weren't. You had no confidence in that.
Let's do it. So it's time for Will to shave the beard, obviously, so he's doing it in stages.
And his head.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow. That'd be cool if transgender looked like that. Like if you're actually half and half.
That's good.
It's probably something to do with the Last Man on Earth show. Because his co-star also did that.
Oh, really?
Oh, so you're saying it's a thing.
Kristen Schaal did that?
No, the heavy guy.
The heavy guy.
That might, all right.
Yeah, and by the way, no fucking trans option on these apps. I'm just saying. Not that I would use it, of course, a whole lot, but god damn it, none of these. It was men for men and men for women and women for men and women for women. How about a fucking another third option, you motherfuckers?
Good point. Lady boy or chicks with dicks.
Yeah, or how about just a lovely gal with extra?
Hey, there you go.
A little secret option for little Jimmy Norton.
Or for everyone who would enjoy that, making some friends in other communities.
Yeah, lanyap.
All right. You got a football team still, Mark? You watching these games?
I saw the Pats game.
We're getting down to it now, man. We got 4 teams left.
I know. Once the Saints go, I lose interest.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Playoff football is pretty damn good.
No. I hear the game.
Said earlier, great. Packers and Cardinals. I don't give a fuck about either team, but man, was that a good game.
That's what I hear.
Really good game. All right.
I got to get into it.
Yeah, you're just not into it.
I don't know. I think I'm too selfish.
Why?
I don't know. If I'm watching the game, I get into it, but I can't follow it and the players and the whole fantasy thing. It's not for me. Same with politics. I can't get into it.
Well, that's a no-brainer.
People go nuts with these debates.
I guess.
Like
our choices are getting fucking weird this time around.
Yeah, there's not much to cling on to.
I was expecting like a more normal guy to start rising to the top, and I don't think we have one this time.
No, you don't like Bernie?
You know what? I watched Bernie. I'm starting to like Bernie Sanders. Like his tax stuff, I'm sure he'll want even more of my money. Like that annoys me.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like him.
You just hope they could keep him in check down there in Washington if he becomes president.
Yeah, I do like him.
Because this guy wants all your money, Jimmy.
I like him.
Well, he's got that thing with the corporations where they can't have their money overseas because we don't get the tax from it. He's like, hey, if you want all the benefits of America, you got to be taxed by America too. And that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but then again, when you overtax too much, then people get laid off, and it's like, as watching the way that they've taken so much state tax money, it's like, it's hard for me to kind of go with the liberals on that one, but.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate how they talk about, well, this company and that company, they're moving their operations overseas. It's like, well, what do you expect from them?
Yeah, I know.
They get it in the ass so hard in America that, as a company, you look for ways to survive and find a better way.
Yeah, that's true.
That should be a signal to America that we're out of fucking control with what we're doing.
Right.
With the taxes and whatnot. That plays into it, too, I believe.
I have a different Amy point of view from a female I know who's a police officer. She texts me a lot.
Wow.
She listens to the show, and she is in real time commenting. Many times our comments on cops. And she said, this is what my friend says. She says, no. She wrote this tweet. She wrote that because his tweet implies that women who sleep with multiple guys is called a whore when a guy is not. And this is my friend's take. Amy's a feminist, hence why she's comfortable talking about having sex because women are not supposed to. And she said, of course, this retarded caller is missing the point. And she wrote, no, she built a reputation on being a woman who is free to speak about her sexuality. Okay, so that's an interesting point, too. She's saying that maybe Amy got annoyed at the implication that it's bad to fuck a lot of people, whereas if it was a guy, it wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
Okay.
As opposed to changing the reputation.
All right. Let's say hi to Eric in West Virginia. Eric.
Iraq!
Welcome to the show.
Iraq!
What's going on? I got a cold, so I'm having a hard time here.
What happened?
What?
Hey, I got a cold going on. But anyway, I want to tell you guys got on the YouTube. You can pull up Chris Johnson from the Arizona Cardinals. It's on live TV, picking his nose and eating his boogers.
Please let me see that.
Oh, wow. I love this. Bill Belichick did some digging over the weekend, too, on the sidelines.
He ate it? No. How embarrassing. How many views does this have?
Bill, wow, it should have a lot more views than that.
It'll pick up.
All right, we'll watch this in front of you. See if this was a good phone call to take.
I can't watch the eating part.
All right, he's getting in there.
Nice.
Good technique. Good technique.
He went under the nail.
He scooped it under he scraped it and he ate it.
Man, that kills me.
He went thumb, and then you put the thumb in your mouth like you might be trying to bite a nail down.
Yeah.
That's a good technique right there.
He probably had a good... You ever have one of those ones that you pull... It's like scraped against the wall of the nose?
Yes.
And it's got like blood on one side?
Yes.
Chewy?
The best is when you shove your finger way up and you pull it out and you can feel it unstick. Oh, that's a good time. I love picking my nose, but I really enjoy it. When you really clean house, there's nothing better. Oh, God, I can't wait. I saw a guy on the train once. This guy was, like, gorgeous. He was reading a book.
I thought that was you.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm just chiming in being cute. Go ahead.
And he was just picking his nose and eating it, and he must have eaten, like, 4 boogers. It was, like,
oh, my God.
Handsome guy, like, right out of, LL Bean catalog.
Go
like
with
cable knit sweater.
Go with Abercrombie and Fitch.
I think that's dated.
Oh, oops.
I think. I mean, J. Crew.
Let's go, J. Crew.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Let's be honest. Which models do you get the biggest heart on watching? I would say those guys.
Yeah. But yeah, the eating it. Have you ever tasted a bug?
Of course.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I can't do it.
It tastes bloody.
Really?
Yeah, like salty.
I've tasted my own semen, not a bug.
You've never ate a...
Yeah, you ever mix them up in a bowl?
That's a good breakfast.
You've never tasted your own bug?
A lot of protein.
No, I don't know. The bug doesn't do it for me. They gooey, mucusy, yellow.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Sometimes they're clear. Like a big clear wet one.
You're killing me,
It's like
Jimmy.
an oyster.
I love oysters.
Wet one with a hard base.
Come on! Jesus Christ!
Like it's bungee jumping.
Yeah, that's a great description.
That's a fine one. I don't mind if you see someone like picking their nose with their thumb like this. It's not as bad as that pointer finger going all the way in. That's
true.
when it gets fucking really gross.
You ever pinch one nostril and blow, and the boogers get on the other finger, and then you just clean them with your tongue?
Oh, God.
I grew up with a kid, Bill Madden. He's a god to me because he introduced me to the rocket, the snot rocket.
Mm-hmm. I could never do that.
He was on our basketball team, and this kid would run up the court. Bill, if you're still out there, I still think of you to this day. He would run up the court and just fucking squeeze one of those nostrils down with his pointer finger and just blow snot on the sideline.
How about
as he's getting back on defense? That was his fucking move. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, there it is. That's a good move.
Oh, it's a great move.
I'm a big nose picker and just flick it, and then 3 weeks later, you're like, oh, look at that crust on the wall there.
In your house?
Oh, yeah.
In your apartment?
Well, I figure I'll move out one day.
There's
like stucco paint.
Yes, exactly. It gets super hard. You got to chip it off with your nail.
What's
that? If you go to the bathroom during the break, I think it's the first stall, first and I think second stall. Go in there to take your leak. I know that's not the way to take the leaks. And there's a toilet, and behind the toilet on the wall, you'll see hundreds.
Is that right?
Of boogers.
Whoever does that should be fucking
There's
killed.
an asshole that pees in the toilet, and he puts a booger on the wall. I guess it's some kind of ritual he needs to do.
Whoa.
Fuck,
There's
they have
hundreds of them.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Disgusting. I've licked that wall.
Ugh,
you ever do that? It smells like underarm sweat.
No.
You ever licked a booger wall?
No.
You taste everybody's sickness?
No. Come on.
We got El Chapo. He had erectile dysfunction surgery while on the run.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, there's surgery for that now. That's good.
This guy's on the run. He's like, I got to make sure my dick works.
Well, you know what it was?
What was his problem, you think?
Went into the back. Who knows? You're getting older. And they said they did back surgery and legs. Like there's a blood flow issue. And maybe he had a pinched nerve or something. But he was on the run in Tijuana, and he still got into a hospital in Tijuana to do it.
So people in Tijuana had to know it was El Chapo.
Oh, yeah.
Did they check his insurance card? Hey. Or did he pay cash?
Yes. How much is this? You get to leave with your head. That's fair enough.
Right. Exactly. But what kind of surgery was it?
I don't know, but the vulnerability you must feel going under when you're him on the run.
Yes.
And you're not going to wake up in police custody.
Mm-hmm.
Between September and October, El Chapo underwent surgery in which doctors placed an implant in the testicles so he could get an erection.
That's where you go,
the pump.
Yeah, who knows what it's fucking... But what kind of antibiotics and stuff do you have when you're on the run? Yeah, there's a pump.
The implant improves blood circulation and is recommended to patients with erectile dysfunction, a disease that, according to the sources, the leader of the cartel suffers.
You know, Larry Flint has the pump.
Oh, does he? Is he fucking again? I didn't know that.
He's been fucking the whole time.
Never stopped.
No.
Yeah, he's in the wheelchair, but he's got the pump.
I thought all these years he was just eating pussy.
No, he's pumping up.
How long's he had that?
A while, because I heard about it on like a comedy show, or like somebody had a bit about it, and like, you know,
I never heard
early
that.
2000s.
I never heard that he had a pump. Can he feel it?
Mm-mm. No, he's got no feeling down there.
So what's the use of it?
I think just to, fuck again. It's still the act of fucking. Feel like a man.
Poor guy.
I could be wrong.
To not be able to be in that business and not be able to feel.
How ironic.
So you wanted to have sex with that actress? Is that why you had this done?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, she was really flirting with him.
Yeah, because he writes, "I will have everything super so that you won't have to worry about any details, which would be make me feel bad. Have faith that you will be comfortable. I will take care of you more than my own eyes."
He does take care of his eyes. He was notorious for good eyesight.
So he was getting his dick ready.
I don't blame him.
So he's just a drug warlord? Is that it?
Not a warlord, Nana. He's a fucking, he's a druggie, is he? No, he was a drug dealer.
Drug dealer.
Yes, a big one.
Big one, yeah.
Well, yeah, he was one of the bigger ones, for sure.
And Sean Penn's a fan?
I don't know why Sean Penn wanted. Why did he even want to talk to him?
I would love to. Who wouldn't want to interview El Chapo? Who wouldn't take? There's not a journalist alive that wouldn't take that interview.
Yeah.
Is Sean Penn a journalist?
No, but I mean, for some reason, the girl hooked up Sean Penn because El Chapo didn't know who Sean Penn was. He just did it for this girl, and then all of a sudden he's fucking caught again because. I guess they were probably tracking the BlackBerry messages, I bet you, between him and the girl.
Yeah.
Because he had his guy get a BlackBerry, and it's like, you can't do that. You can't, they know where you're coming from when you start getting your messages pinged. He probably didn't understand how the internet worked enough, or technology.
Yeah.
Like, that's how Bin Laden never got caught. And even he got busted with a phone, and they showed you that guy would go in there and drive in a circle in a busy market before he even turned it on.
Yeah.
So there'd be a million signals to compete with. Like, really smart.
Yeah.
And they still got him with it.
Unbelievable.
They still fucking nailed him. I mean, that's how cell phone shit gets you caught every time.
Yeah.
If you're on the run.
Definitely.
You gotta be totally off the grid.
Just a tracker.
And even then, if you're fucking 6'8" and walking around, a drone will spot you.
With a respirator.
Oh, yeah. He was a mess, right?
Yeah.
Waleed. The movie?
Yeah. Wow, never heard of Sean Penn. Never saw I Am Sam.
Oh, yeah. How do you miss that one? That was such a classic.
We can continue with the gross thing. You got the guy on the plane writing the note to the flight attendant because someone was farting so bad.
Wow, I've been there.
Well, what do you do? I mean, if the guy's farting that bad, he's not going to be able to stop farting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
guess. And how do you pinpoint who it is?
You're just fucked. So, this somebody was farting so bad that this guy wrote a note and handed it to the flight attendant. I don't know if you can make an announcement, but if you can, you should say that whoever is farting in the area of rows 10 to 12 should definitely see a doctor because they might have ass cancer.
Jesus, I think you handled that well.
The napkin contained the message. Let's see. Other Reddit users want to know if the flight attendant made the requested announcement, but unfortunately for the mystery farter, she did not.
Wow, so did Amy Schumer tweet back?
There's nothing you can do when someone's fucking farting like that. I think they're mortified that they're letting out fucking farts that bad.
Right.
Every once in a while, you feel like you got to let one go in public, and you just put it out there and hope for the best.
Well, also you start thinking it's that recycled air, so you're like, oh, this fart is never going away on the 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
You ever seen that video of when they had there's some like blacklight vision thing where you can see farts coming out of people's asses?
No.
And it's amazing how many people are farting. They show it at the airport, just people walking through, and it's like,
come on.
I swear to God, this is it.
We'll tweet this out.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that poof.
Marcus is so
wow,
excited.
That's awesome.
Look at that. It's amazing. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a black and white. It's like an X-ray.
No, is that real?
That's real.
That's how much fucking...
It's gas.
But it pushes out that far?
Well, hey, this guy's a
good
pro.
one. Who knows?
Yeah, this guy...
Yeah, he had some Hormel.
Come on, someone tell me about this video.
That's a long one.
I feel like this is bullshit.
It may be.
It may be.
Some infrared camera, thermal fart video. Yeah, I did see that video, by the way.
Okay. Thermal fart, yeah.
Fart in airport. There
you go. That was Joe Piscopo.
Oh, did we get Joe? We leave a message for Joe?
Yeah, Roland's trying to get him. I think he's doing his radio show.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
he's a busy guy.
He is a busy guy.
Yeah, well, good to hear. I'm a fan.
He's wonderful. We love Joe.
So how many black people are not going to go to the Oscars this year?
I think
2 for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a whole bunch.
What's the Jada Pinkett video? Isn't she? Don't I think she's biased because Will didn't get nominated?
for concussion.
Isn't that Will's wife?
Yeah, well, I think they're done now.
Oh, okay. I didn't see Concussion, but I hear he was great in it.
I didn't see Concussion, so I have no opinion on it.
He's a good actor. He was great in...
He's a very good actor.
I Am Legend, he was amazing in, too. What a hard acting job that was to be by yourself the whole fucking movie.
Right. Oh, what was that damn movie? You played the gay guy. It was like his first serious role.
Oh, my God. 6 Degrees of Separation was so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've all taken a carriage ride like that.
Yeah, right. He has a lot of range.
Yeah.
Has he ever won? He's never won, has he?
West Philadelphia.
I don't think he's ever won.
No,
I don't think so.
Was he nominated for I Am Legend?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Let's see if he was nominated that year.
So what's the deal? People are mad that there's not enough black nominees.
There's zero.
There's zero.
Zero, yeah. With
zero.
Straight Outta Compton, Idris Elba, nothing.
I think Straight Outta Compton was so good. I didn't know it was Ice Cube's son. But how did none of them get any acting for supporting? There was some great acting in that film.
Great acting, yeah.
Screenplay was excellent. Like, what the fuck?
And you got Sly Stallone winning all the other awards leading up to the Oscars, and what's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, but one's an actor, one's supporting. I mean, Stallone was great as a supporting actor in that movie.
Yeah, I guess.
It's more the nominations. Like, they fucking... And it's like, I know that people might say, well, whoever the best people are should win. I agree. But again, watching what they did to The Wire in 5 years, 0 Emmy nominations, except for 1 in year 5 for fucking writing.
Yeah, that was
what dog shit.
That was very point. That was very suspicious. That one,
dog shit.
The Wire was an amazing show, as you know by now.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Rock's in a weird spot.
Well, Chris Rock, yeah, but he handled it with humor. Can you play the Chris Rock thing? That was pretty funny.
The white BT.
Yeah, play this. It's really quick.
It's just a promo though for it.
I know. It's on his Twitter.
Chris Rock counts down the top 3 reasons to watch the Oscars.
Presenter cleavage. Check out who died this year. I might curse.
The Oscars. Live Oscars Sunday,
well, he really
February
touched on it.
28th.
Well, he just took the commercial and tweeted it with his own...
Yeah, the tweet was the white BET award, so yeah, okay.
And it's I don't know what the system is there, but I know the woman who wrote the president of the Oscars wrote something or whatever she does, and she's black, and obviously Chris, the host, is black, and there's somebody else big there who's black, so there's black people who are very high up at the Oscars. I don't think they make the decision on who's nominated. It's a voting thing, right?
I heard it's a room with all white men over 60.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
What a good room!
Yeah.
She wrote...
Statement from Academy President Cheryl Boone Isaacs.
I'd like to acknowledge the wonderful world of this year's nominees. While we celebrate their extraordinary achievements, I am both heartbroken and frustrated about the lack of inclusion. This is a difficult but important conversation, and it's time for big changes. The Academy is taking dramatic steps to alter the makeup of our membership. In the coming days and weeks, we will conduct a review of our membership recruitment in order to bring about a much-needed diversity in our 2016 class and beyond. As many of you know, we have implemented changes to diversify our membership in the last 4 years. But the change is not coming as fast as we'd like. We need to do more and better and more quickly. This isn't unprecedented for the Academy. In the 60s and 70s, it was about recruiting younger members to stay vital and relevant. 2016, the mandate is inclusion in all of its facets: gender, race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation. We recognize the very real concerns of our community. And I do appreciate all of you who have reached out to me in an effort to move forward together. It's like that's a very, very sanitized way of saying there's no fucking blacks nominated for any acting thing, I think 2 years in a row. Is that 2 years in a row? There's not one nominee?
I guess
Jesus Christ.
I guess you got to be black to notice. I just watch every year, and I feel like they do a pretty good job at the whole thing.
That's a good point, yeah. And where are the Asians and Latinos? Are they complaining?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's always black and white.
Well, you know what? They raised a good point. Like, someone raised a good point. Like, yeah, they invite black people every year to present, to entertain, but never to have their accomplishments. And it's like, as white people, you go, like, all right, hey, the best person should win. I don't like any type of a mandate. Like, we need extra amount of black people. But to have, like, 2 years in a row where not one...
Right.
It's like, come on, man. You're going to tell me there wasn't one performance worthy of a nomination in 2 years?
Well, who's up for Best Actor and Best Actress this year? Let's roll through it a little bit. Best Actor, Cranston and Trumbo. Matt Damon in The Martian. I thought he had a damn good performance in that.
I didn't see Trumbo.
Leonardo DiCaprio, people are saying he was amazing in The Revenant. Then you got Michael Fassbender. He was great in Steve Jobs. The movie was like a little... You saw it?
Yeah, it was a play.
It was a play. It's like a 2 or 3 act play. It was good.
It was good.
But it's not for everybody.
I thought he was a little too handsome.
Then Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. This Danish Girl movie is getting a lot of action.
Wow.
All right. So who should be in there?
How did the fucking kid... And I didn't love the movie. I don't know if it's eligible. I'm guessing it is. In Beasts of No Nation... How did that fucking little kid not get any type of recognition? That was amazing. The movie was okay. I wouldn't say the movie was amazing, but how did the fucking kid not get anything? What is he, 8 years old?
I don't know.
Putting that emotional performance, he was great.
Yeah, everyone's saying that.
All right, but who else? Like,
also, is that kid African? Because that counts for like 3 blacks. If you put like an African name in there.
My point is, who's supposed to be in there? That's
Abraham Atta. Okay,
look at that. Atta.
Jimmy's saying Atta should be in there. Who else?
I give Idris Elba. I heard he was good in it.
He was good, but I don't mind him. Like when I see the other guys nominated, I don't have a problem with him not being nominated.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan was great as
that's what I heard. As
the kid in Creed. Well, I forget his name.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
I hear Will Smith was great in that movie. I haven't seen Concussion, but I heard he was fucking really good.
You get 8 nominations. Or no, you get 10 nominations, and there's only 8 in Best Picture, I heard. So why not throw two black votes in there?
I mean, I don't even want to see them thrown in. Like, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see, here, this is to pacify your complaints. But I just don't buy that there was none that were worthy of it. You know, Straight Outta Compton was fucking great.
That should have been screenplay or something.
It was great.
It was really good.
All right.
It is screenplay.
It's nominated?
But it was written by white people.
Well, let's score one for Whitey on that one.
All right, let's go to Jada Pinkett's video. She discusses this whole thing.
Written by white people. Wow, they really nailed the black voice.
Today is Martin Luther King's birthday.
Happy birthday! Oh, sorry. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, good.
Help it ask the question: is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed? That we no longer need to ask.
Can you pause? First observation, she's saying all this from a multi-million-dollar mansion.
Well, yeah.
I think the world's been very good to Jada Pinkett.
I don't like the way she said influence and that she's fucking got half her body hidden behind a cushion. Those are the only things that are annoying me.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's complaining about the money. I don't think she's saying that blacks are paid.
I don't think they're... All right. I think they're doing very well in general. Look at it. Whatever. All right, continue.
Invited anywhere. I ask the question, have we now come to a new time and place where we recognize that we can no longer beg for the love, acknowledgement, or respect of any group? That maybe it's time.
You hear the echo of that room? That's her living room, okay? I think she's doing well. I think that pillow is more expensive than people's apartments.
By the way, is that a giant elephant tusk in the back?
Yes, I see that.
Coming out of her head. It's really bad placement for that video.
She has a giant elephant tusk in the background, in the background of her massive living room.
Oh, yeah, that's real ivory.
All right, continue.
Love and respect and acknowledge ourselves in the way in which we are asking others to do. That is the place of true power.
Oh, man.
I'm simply asking the question.
I don't like that. Hold on. I don't like that she's simply asking the question. I would prefer that she comes out like Spike Lee does and just say it.
Fuck y'all.
You know what? Good for Spike.
Yeah.
That's how he feels, and he's not wrong about a lot of the Oscars. You know, there was a chapter in my book. It's funny, not to make it about me, but where I attack the Oscars because I think that they're fucking really shitty a lot of the times. And they only give out awards to blacks in certain roles. That's what they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
They love a good slavery role. They love that.
Yes, yes.
You know, they love a good fucking...
civil rights movie.
They love that. Yeah, they love a good fucking... black person who's beaten down. I know, Jim of the House liberal, but it is true. If you look historically, they've typically not given out the roles,
right?
For the awards for certain roles. I
just have a tough time feeling sorry for her as I see this beautiful living room of hers. It looks like a resort in the Caribbean. This is her house,
right?
Yeah, she's got money.
Holy fuck!
This is kind of like. I bet a lot of people have rubbed one out to this video. It's kind of sultry.
It is sultry.
I don't like the tusk.
And her shirt's open a little too far, right? You're imagining what's on the other side of that right there?
Of course. She's speaking slowly and firmly.
Yes.
I'm in.
You're missing the point of the video, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Well, she lost me, though. I mean, it's a little
too slow.
There's decadence in this video. Oh, my God.
Great if a butler came in right now.
Right.
Exactly. A white one.
Yeah.
She spit on him.
Right. All right, continue.
Here's what I believe. The Academy has the right to acknowledge whomever they choose, to invite whomever they choose. And now I think that it's our responsibility now to make the change. Maybe it is time that we pull back our resources and we put them back into our communities, into our programs, and we make programs for ourselves that acknowledge us in ways that we see fit, that are just as good as the so-called mainstream ones. I don't know.
Wait, I don't get it. Why haven't they been doing that already?
Well, that's what BET people are like. How come there's not a white entertainment television? And it's because, and the way black people look at it, at least from what I've been told, because I'm not one, is there is a white TV. It's everything else.
Everything else.
Sure.
So BET acknowledges things that will not be acknowledged ever.
Right.
In this other, in the mainstream.
So she's saying, we need to bring our resources and make stuff just as good. It's like, yeah, you should try to do that.
So is she telling black performers to give up that sweet Hollywood money?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she means resources as far as financial or like we're all showing up and performing at this award show.
Yeah.
And, like all these people that come and they present. And yet, when it comes down to it, the fucking Academy, they don't feel do the right thing.
All right, let's push
Good movie.
Almost over.
Begging for acknowledgement or even asking diminishes dignity and diminishes power.
Damn.
And we are a dignified people and we are powerful. And let's not forget it. So, let's let the Academy do them with all grace and love. And let's do us differently.
Damn.
Whew, so hot.
I got nothing but love. Hey, Chris, I will not be at the Academy Awards and I won't be watching. But I can't think of a better man to do the job at hand this year than you, my friend. Good luck. And to the rest of you, nothing but love.
And also, Spike Lee is not asking. It's a little dramatic, the video. But Spike Lee, none of them are asking Chris Rock to step down.
Yeah.
Like, I think they understand this is a gig he signed up for. But if there's any black host who will acknowledge exactly what's going on, it's him.
That's true. He will have fun with this.
Yeah, he will. He will talk about it.
And she will be watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I hate that. I will not be watching.
Also, was she invited? Let's be honest.
Whatever.
Let's see. Someone's bashing her now. Someone from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
What? Really?
Is knocking her.
The mom?
Let's see.
Vivian.
Janet, is it Hubert or Hubert? I don't know.
Aunt Viv.
The original Aunt Viv.
There were two Aunt Vivs, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
This was the original one.
She released a YouTube video bashing the 44-year-old actress. Let's watch this.
Yeah, let's see let's see the blacks go at it here.
Oh, boy.
Well, she says, first of all, missed thing. Does your man not have a mouth of his own for which to speak?
Ooh.
Okay. The second thing, girlfriend, there's a lot of shit going on in the world that you don't seem to recognize. People are dying. Our boys are being shot left and right. People are starving. People are trying to pay bills. And you're just talking about some motherfucking actors and Oscars. It just ain't that deep.
Ooh.
Okay. She's wow.
Before we push play,
Sing it, sister.
My first observation on the original Aunt Viv's video, she's not doing as well as Jada Pinkett. Kitchen.
No, she's got that's a fucking Home Depot special house.
Yes, that's a little rough.
Let's see what Aunt Viv has to say.
Let's go, Aunt Viv.
It looks like she added the comic book effect to the video.
Yeah, she should.
Actress Janet Hubert coming to you, not in a post, but sort of in a post. And I gotta say, I've been trying to figure out, do I really want to do this? And yeah, I do. Today being the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday and hitting 60 years old, I I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't give a kitty. I want to say something about Jada Pinkett Smith asking other actors, black actors and actresses, to boycott the Oscars. First of all, Miss Thing, does your man not have a mouth of his own with which to speak? And the second thing is, girlfriend, there's a lot of shit going on in the world that you all don't seem to recognize. People are dying. Our boys are being shot left and right. People are hungry. People are starving. People are trying to pay bills. And you talk about some motherfucking actors in Oscars. And it just ain't that deep. And here's the other thing. For you to ask other actors and other black actresses and black actors to jeopardize their career, and they're standing in a town that you know damn well you don't do that. And here's the other thing, they don't care. They don't care. And I find it ironic that somebody who has made their living and made millions and millions of dollars from the very people that you're talking about boycotting, just because you didn't get a nomination, just because you didn't win. That is not the way life works, baby. Okay? And it's very suspect to me. And I seem to recall, 20, maybe 6, 7 years ago, 25, whatever it was. Look, I don't even remember, but I seem to remember at option time coming to you and saying, you know what, Will, you're the star of the show. Why don't we all get together? And with you, maybe we could get a little raise. Maybe the network, since you know
the show. And Viv ain't playing.
No. I love when black people fight because we can't say stuff. Yeah. So when they say it, it's fun.
They both are making good points.
Yeah.
I mean, there are more important things, but just because Jada is complaining about the Oscars, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden you can't. Why don't people think you can talk about more than one thing?
I know.
Like, it doesn't mean like, okay, fuck the guys getting shot. The awards are all that matter. Like, you can care about more than one thing.
This is obviously all about Will Smith not being nominated for a concussion.
Maybe that's the final straw.
This is what it comes down to, I guess.
Yeah.
Was he that good? I don't know. I haven't seen that movie yet.
Yeah, I wish I had seen it.
That movie looks like a fucking downer.
Yeah, he had an accent, too.
I try to avoid the downers when I go to the movies.
Let's see.
All right.
It was such a hit, and you being the star of the show, your influence would help us greatly, like they did on Friends, like white shows do. Remember that? Do you remember that? Because I do. And your response to me was, my deal is my deal, and y'all deal is y'all deal. Well, Karma must be a bitch because...
See, plug right there?
She's shit out.
I don't even blame Aunt Viv for being mad.
Yeah.
But this is coming from a personal, this fucking bitch could have helped me and didn't. So she's also got a legitimate...
Yeah,
but it's a personal thing.
Yeah, that beef is completely different.
Like, she won't look at anything legit. She's hated Jada Smith for fucking 25 years.
Yeah.
So now that Jada Smith has a video, she's like, oh, I'm going to unload on this fucking... Ooh, this is getting good.
Yeah.
Hope they fist fight. Tits fall out.
Oh, yeah. Take those earrings off.
Here you are. You've had a few flumps. And you know, there are those out there who really deserved a nod. And Idris Elba was one of them. Lord have mercy. Beast of No Nation was incredible. That man is an incredible actor. You are not. Maybe you didn't deserve a nomination. I didn't think, frankly, you deserved a Golden Globe nomination with that accent. But you got one. And just because the world don't go the way you want it to go, doesn't mean that you can go out and then you start asking people to stand up and sing "We Shall Overcome" for you.
So maybe she's got a beef with Will too. I guess she's talking about Will Smith. But I saw Beasts of No Nation. Idris Elba I wouldn't have had a problem with it if he was nominated. But it was like, you know, sometimes it's a certain thing. Like Scarface is fucking great, but it's one level. And I'm not bullying, I'm not shitting on Scarface, but meaning you're one way through the whole film. And sometimes what made that different than The Godfather is that fucking Pacino is meek and soft, and then in one moment, as a camera zooms in, he fucking becomes Michael Corleone, the motherfucker, and you realize, oh,
that's a great actor right there.
Who this guy is.
That's a great performance.
Yes, in that one moment, he transitions, and you're like, oh, he's not the military guy. This is who this guy's soul is. And maybe that didn't happen in Beasts of No Nation.
Okay.
Like, he was a brutal guy, and he was very good, but it was like he was just a brutal guy. There was no transition. And I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying maybe that's why you don't get the nod.
It was one note.
Yes, and I like Denzel in Training Day.
Right.
I didn't think he should have got it for Training Day.
I agree.
I thought he was amazing in fucking Malcolm X.
Yes.
Joe Piscopo, I had him on hold, but he's got to go.
Oh.
Really quick. Joe!
Here. Hey! I got you. You guys there?
You got to go?
No, I'm running to a plane. I'm on the road.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
I just did my radio show
in
New York, and then I get a call. I get a text message, and I call you back out of love and out of respect.
Yeah.
Say, hey.
What do you think about the blacks?
The Black Oscars, yeah, you've been very outspoken about feeling that none of them ever deserve nominations.
Right. You know what? We talked about it big time on the radio show this morning, and the audience is ticked off. But you know what? I'm like a bleeding heart, and I think Will Smith should have been nominated. Will Smith's one of the great actors of our time, and I don't understand why he wasn't nominated. But it's easy for me to say. But I'm tired of, you know what? As an Italian American, we were prejudiced against. We were just going through the toughest of times. When my people came from Italy over here, and we didn't whine, we didn't moan. I'm sick of the whining a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. Listen, the wife of Will Smith complains. I think that's why she just got ticked off because Will didn't get nominated, and I understand that and kind of back that. You know?
Well, he should speak up then.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Kind of weird when your girl's doing the battle, battling.
Well, maybe he didn't want her. Maybe he didn't ask her to. Maybe she just did it. Like
she
might not be speaking for Will.
Yeah.
Will might have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
You think what? Will, let's go. Don't, honey. Don't go, baby. Please don't go there, baby.
Hey, Joe, we got you on the phone because we got a very funny comic in studio, Mark Norman, and he asked whatever happened to Joe Piscopo. He thought you were dead. I got to be honest with you. But
I'm a big fan, Joe. I'm glad to hear you're doing all right.
Yeah, I said, no, he's alive and well.
Where the hell have you been? Where are you from, Mark? Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Well, there he explains it right there. Okay, you're out there. You know what? We've been having a blast. I've been on with Opie, with Jimmy. We've been having a blast on the radio. I'm on the radio in New York. I'm out there every week. I'm going on the road now. I'm going to do a show in L.A. I come back. I do a show in Atlantic City.
Wait, live show?
Weekend.
Wait, so you get to do your radio show once a week, Joe?
No, we do it 5 days a week, brother. 6 to 9, AM 970. The Answer. It's AM. It's talk. It's political, and we're ripping it up, and the numbers are good. I mean, but I got to tell you, guys, I got to tell you, I have such Opie.
Yeah.
I swear to goodness, and I say this on the air, and I said, you got to come on. Listen, you got to come on the radio show. How you did it? I remember I came on early on, before you were born.
Yes.
I before you young people were born.
Yes.
I was on with O&A.
Yeah.
You guys used to do didn't you do 5 hours early on the radio? Weren't you on 5 hours?
At one point, yeah.
At least.
That
our worst schedule, we were doing 6 hours when XM and regular radio wanted us.
Exactly, and only 20 quality minutes. That's the amazing part. 20 quality minutes broken up over a 5-hour period was a miracle.
No. And I remember.
Peckers.
Yes. I go on to our talk show. It's both a conservative talk show. They go, "What are you doing on Opie's show?" I go, "Hey, man. These guys were there for me. When they slammed me in the press about a divorce thing, they slammed me. You guys, and I'll never forget this, and I say it on the air, and I say it on my show as well. You opened up an hour on Sirius XM for me to answer these unwarranted remarks about me and about all the nonsense I go through in a divorce situation." So
Mark, Joe's a bad boy.
Yeah.
Right, Joe, you're a bad boy. How many girls you got pregnant right now, Joe?
No, please. I'm so good now.
Come on, Joe. Tell us. He never learns, Mark. I got to bring Mark up to date. He never learns, and he starts in with a new girl and gets her pregnant right away.
Oh, nice.
Listen. I always say, I said this on my show. I got a couple more kids left in me. Come on. There's a couple more.
Ready for this? Your oldest kid, how old is he?
Joey's like 30 something already. Believe it or not.
And your youngest
kid? Then I got a 5-year-old. Baby.
You're like an NBA player.
And I hired a new assistant, and she's she's legal. I'll tell you that. But
no, that means she's going to be pregnant by the end of the year.
Yeah, that means you've thought about it.
Joe doesn't learn.
3 words: IUD.
Stop it.
This guy drives by his beautiful houses that he used to live in, and he's not allowed to go in the houses anymore.
Are you still ripped, Joe? You still buff?
Yeah, just what? I stay ripped, but I'm such a wuss. So thank you for asking, because you know what? I'm glad Stallone was nominated. Because he was like a hero to me, man. When I met him, I said, "How you stay so ripped?" And he said, "Fish and rice." musician, right? So I follow that. You know, really,
Joe, do you do sliced alone?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I eat nice, light, and until you stay ripped, so I stay as ripped as I can. But I'm a wuss on the weights. I don't hit the heavy weights anymore. I just don't do it. And no steroids anymore. They started with that rumor. Forget about it. No drugs, no steroids.
But man, your semen is doing fine.
Stop it.
Joe knows how to get a girl pregnant, right?
You know
Joe,
hey!
Those boys can swim.
What's funny about this, Joe, I call out of respect on my way to the freaking airport. I got to pack up. What do I got? Do I have a guy named Raul helping me here pack? Do I have somebody to help me do this? No,
he's too busy helping Eddie Murphy.
You got a 9-year-old girl you're fucking.
I call and out of respect, and they say, we want to talk about Glenn Fry. How do we get to
Glenn Fry?
The children. Yeah. We want. I thought you wanted. This is what I.
What do you got on Glenn Fry while we have you?
Do you lure me in this to talk about respectfully about one of the great Eagles of all time that we lost at 67 years young? I'd lure in. I jump on the radio, and now you're busting my chops about children. My goodness!
We bow to you. You're like a hero to us.
Yes.
Getting girls pregnant at 70 years old.
You're all cock, Joe. You're all cock.
Yeah. Glad you're alive.
I hope so.
Hey, Mark Norman's never heard your Sinatra.
Yeah.
Right, and he's not going to. But thank you for asking.
What?
All right.
A phone call without a Sinatra? What's wrong with you, Joe?
Come on. Guys, we've been out with the 100th anniversary. We've been having fun working it out across the North America, banging it out for the old man. And having fun like that, but you know what, Jimmy, you go out a lot, Jim Norton. You're out there a lot on the road every weekend.
Yeah, I mean, at least 3 a month or 2 a month, and coming up, I have every weekend. I'm gone for like the next 5 months.
Jimmy, help me out here. So you're coming home Sundays, and then you're banging up in the morning. You're up early.
Yeah.
Show. It's killing. I have to tell you honestly, it's killing me. I'm like, I go on the road, I come back, I'll bang, and then I'm on the radio 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's a tough schedule. But this, like they say in The Godfather, you guys are talking about The Godfather. This is the business we chose.
When are you doing it? It absolutely could be worse. People are like, it's a rough travel schedule. Yeah, at times it's a little tiring, but fuck it. It beats, like, there's people outside doing construction in 30-degree weather. That blows.
Oh, shit.
Thank God I'm there to entertain them. When is your next AC gig, and where?
No, Friday. We do a corporate show. I do a lot of corporate shows.
Okay,
nice. No, I go down there. We go down for it's a big event in Atlantic City. It's Friday, and then it's Saturday, so I'll go down. I'll go to Tampa the next week. You know what? And what's your name again, Mark? You're a young comic coming up, Mark?
Yes,
what's
sir.
Your name?
Yes.
Mark Normand.
More than coming up. This guy is knocking on the door of really making it.
He's not an up-and-comer. He's a down-and-outer.
Yeah.
Brett would have said.
I'm knocking on doors as a
He's on the road with Amy Schumer. He's doing cruises now.
Wow.
What was that? Like a gay cruise or something?
Impractical Jokers cruise. I got to tell you a story about that.
Oh, please.
Those guys are doing fucking Radio City. They're huge.
Sold out in a week.
We love those guys. They're great.
They're big.
Mark, who's doing? You and Amy are doing Radio City?
Doing Madison Square Garden in June.
Yeah.
Wow, this is cool, man. I got to come check it out.
Check it out.
I'll tell you what.
Tickets still available, Joe.
It'd be an honor if you came and watched.
You know what? You are on. Because the one thing that I remember being back at the Improv, I started before anybody was born. I think Opie wasn't even born yet, man. I started the improvisation on 44th and 9th. Way back in the day. And then I remember Chris Albrecht, who ran the club at the time, said to me,
"Wow, he went on to run HBO. I didn't know Albrecht ran the Improv. He went on to run HBO, and he was the guy that greenlit The Sopranos and Sex and the City and 6 Feet Under and The Wire and all of them. And he now runs Stars.
And he ran the Improv back in the day.
Yeah,
did not know this. Listen, guys, I can't believe you know that, because Albrecht, one of the great television executives ever, and he took us all in, man. He took Larry David. He's the guy that kept Larry on stage.
Wow.
Because Larry would go on stage and get in fights with the audience.
Right.
It was like Larry was grumpy, and if he didn't like the way his set was going, he would fight. But we would be in the back of the Improv, this little club, 44th and 9th, Hell's Kitchen, people being shot all around, and we were back there in the late 70s, and Larry, we would say, wow, this guy's brilliant, and Chris Albrecht was the guy that believed in all of us, along with, of course, Bud Friedman, who started the whole thing. But then, Chris was the guy said to me, Mark, he says to me, at the time, Joe, don't ever throw out your live act like that. And I'm thinking, I don't need a live act. I'll be doing films. I'll be doing this. Then you go through the ride of entertainment. You're up and down and all around. I'm still doing the live act. You know, all these.
There you go.
Nice.
You know what? And you got to love it, man. I love it.
I do.
You do it or not. It's just the packing. Mark, could you come over and help me pack this freaking house up and so I can get on the road a little bit?
Sure. Anything for you, Joe.
This guy loses houses left and right.
Really?
Oh, my God. I can't keep up with Joe Piscopo.
No, he's all cock.
The amount of energy this guy has, it's amazing.
Yeah.
He's got a 5-year-old.
5-year-old. He's carrying him right now.
And I had a house full of kids here. I'm telling you, it keeps you young, boys. It keeps you young. Right. I'm telling you. What am I going to do at my age? I'm going to be in the home? Opie, you have to come on the radio. People keep asking, we want Opie on our talk station in the morning on AM 970, The Answer. Opie, you got to come. Jim, you're always welcome.
Thank you, Joe.
You know what, Joe? I'll do that for you. Because, maybe people
to hear your political views, man. They want to hear about politics from the great Opie, brother. Come on.
I mean, I'm all over the place with that shit. Probably I'm more of a moderate than anything there, Joe.
Yeah, right. He's a lib.
I'm a libtard. Some days I'm a libtard. Some days I just want to keep as much of my money as possible.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, but
Peckers are in there.
But Opie, are you a Trump guy? Come on, talk to me. Are you a Trump guy?
I'm no. I'm a no guy. I don't like any. I don't like
Jim Norton's a Trump guy.
I don't like any of my choices. We've had Trump on the show a lot, though, but for some reason, now that he's running for president, he has completely ignored us.
He hasn't called. He called my show early on, and now to your point, he hasn't called either. And then Ted Cruz's chief of staff called me and said we want the senator on the show. And then he disrespects New York, so I don't know that I want Ted Cruz.
Oh my God, that's why you'd put him on the show, Joe. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you should make fun of him.
That's great radio.
Yeah, you're right.
I dislike Ted Cruz the most out of all of them.
Ted Ride around
out of all of them.
But then we had Opie. We had Ben Carson on. We had to turn the volume up. Couldn't hear.
Oh my God.
Ben Carson. I couldn't hear the guy turn him up like that. But it's politics. But we want to hear, and I'm telling you, listeners say, get Opie on the show in a conservative talk format. We want to hear what the man has to say. You got to.
All right, we'll do it soon.
You guys are welcome anytime.
I'm busy.
Yeah, Jimmy's busy, Joe.
I'm not.
He's busy.
I can't do it, Joey. I can't do it.
All right, Joe. We got to go. No, we go. You don't go. We go.
You got a flight to catch.
You got a flight to catch, but we go now.
Well, you understand the road. It's the road thing.
Yep.
Listen, anytime. Opie, Frank Morano's calling you, my producer. We're going to put you on the show next week, please.
Frank Morano? I don't know if I trust a guy with fucking moron in his name.
Stop it.
If we can figure it out, yes, but we're on the same time as you, so.
Have him call Bill Stupido.
But we'll figure it out.
All right. Larry Retardo will pick up the phone.
Joe?
All right. Love you guys. All the best. Mark, I'm coming to see you at Madison Square Garden, buddy.
Come by. You can sign my best of DVD of Joe Piscopo.
Wow, that'd be an honor. Joe, you know I love you.
The DVD's 11 minutes.
Joe. Love you too.
People get confused, but in the end, I love Joe Piscopo. I swear to you.
I love you too, Joe.
All right, Joe.
Okay, talk to you soon, fellas.
All right, have a good flight, all right? Joe Piscopo, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I can talk to him for an hour.
I love old school guys like that have just been around for a long time. And they, like, for anyone that remembers Chris Albrecht running the Empire, I didn't even know he did it.
Yeah.
But, like, Jesus Christ, if anyone, like, that guy is such a genius with what he put out on television and greenlit.
Yeah. But Joe will come to me and he'll go, I think I finally found the one. And then, like, she's pregnant, and then, like, within months, they're not together anymore. Like, Joe, what are you doing? Left his wife for a babysitter, and that worked for a while, and then that fell apart, and then she really fucked him over in a divorce case, and there were some bad articles written about Joe Piscopo, and that's what he was referring to. We've got him on the show to fucking defend himself, and we've been pals ever since. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We beat the shit out of him, but in the end, we're fucking pals with Joe Piscopo. Hey, you want to go back to Aunt Viv?
Sure, absolutely.
Where were we in this?
She was bashing Jada Pinkett Smith, but you could see there's a personal gripe with Will and with Jada from back in the Fresh Prince days.
Yeah, because she wanted a raise, and she thought through Will Smith that everyone could get a nice raise, and Will was basically like, hey, man, Jesus, you're on your own on this one.
Oh, really?
I think that's how it played out, because then they replaced the Viv, too. She was the original.
Yeah, can we get a video of the second Viv?
Yeah, she's probably on. Let's watch it.
You ain't Barack and Michelle Obama. And y'all need to get over yourselves. You have a huge production company that you only produce your friends, your family, and yourself. So you are a part of Hollywood. You are a part of the system that is unfair to other actors. So get real. Now, for those of you who say, Miss Huber, here she go, being bitter. Bitches, please. It's not about being bitter. It's about being right. You know, some of us got mortgages to pay, we got bills to pay, we got bigger shit to worry about.
No, it's about being bitter. And even though she's saying some right stuff. But she's, let's be honest. If Will and Jada had used her in their last 2 films, she would not be making this video either. So, are you going to tell me she'd be doing this if Jada had said, look, Will and I have been thinking about you, and we really miss working with you. We'd love to have you in these. She would not be putting this out.
This is more personal than anything.
Yeah.
But I love that they're, fighting.
Yeah, I'd love to see a video of Jada watching this video.
Well, it's funny, as I walked by to the restroom before, the guys from Shade, a couple of them were watching, and I didn't know who she was. I just see them over, and I hear them going, ooh. Like, oh no, some shit is being said.
Yeah.
So that was why when I saw this, that's what they were watching.
Oh, they're watching the video too?
Yeah, and the computer outside as I walked by. But, they were reacting like, oh.
Viv don't play.
Shade, I don't know, is that an Asian show?
What?
Shade?
No, it's the station next door.
Oh, okay.
It's Sway's show.
It's Sway. He does a very good job. Get to the end of this damn thing, Paul. So we go to break.
You said garbage.
Oscars. The only Oscar I care about right now is Oscar Mayer Wiener with mustard and relish.
Ew. Boo.
I don't want to think about the original Viv eating a hot dog.
Ew. Plus Gray's Papaya is so much. The guy who missed the point. Gray's Papaya is a better dog. Am I right or wrong, guys? Call in with your favorite hot dog
Hebrew
stories.
National all day.
Yeah.
Love Gray's Papaya.
You ever eat a vagina that smells like hot dog water? Your calls.
Yeah.
And on that note, Black Christianic, you bet.
All right.
Signing off.
You can see why they changed
Actress. Right.
Yeah, all right.
Just fucking kook.
Our guest is here, so we do have to rush to break. Jimmy's going to Arizona this weekend.
Yeah, Saturday only, and the Talking Stick Casino. A lot of laughs, time to pee.
Mark Norman, you got anything fast?
Yeah, I'll be at the Helium this weekend, Thursday to Sunday, and then Laugh Boston, February 4th through 6th.
Helium in Philly for the people.
Yes,
That's
good call.
Good club, man.
Great club.
You better do well down there.
I do all right, but Lord
good.
knows I could use it. Come out. It's a big room.
Oh, fuck, man. Buy your tickets to see Mark Norman, Helium Comedy Club in Philly, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll be back with Daymond John from Shark Tank. Stay there. Back with Mark Norman.
Yo. Good to be back.
Helium Comedy Club down there in Philly, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
And he's competing with a fucking snowstorm. So will you go out and see Mark, please?
Please, God, I need you. And there's football that weekend, too.
Oh,
so
my God.
I am fucked. I got nothing.
Football in a snowstorm.
Yeah, so I need the brave nerds to come out.
And they're loyal down there in Philly, but that's going to be a tough one. I'm not going to lie to you.
I know. I'm going to be alone in that room.
Squeeze in some Mark Norman time this weekend. Thursday or Friday, before the snow and before the games, at the very least.
Please.
All right. Let's get Daymond John in here. He's from Shark Tank. I like that Shark Tank.
God, I love that show.
You do, huh?
Big fan. Big fan of that show.
Big fan. What's up, Daymond John? Coming in with a camera guy.
Hello?
That's my pass.
I see that. Yankees fan.
How are you,
boy,
sir?
we're going to have problems.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Mets. All right.
Boy, you look great.
You do look great.
Yeah, I just did a GMA.
Oh, okay. How long does it take to get all nice in the morning? Because I refuse to try to do that.
I don't believe it. Look at you. That's just natural.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Come on.
Amazing.
No
Thank
way.
you.
That's just a gift.
Doesn't take too long. We have a copy?
A copy of what? What's going on, Daymond John?
You know?
Huh?
It was cold, man. Woo!
Yeah, it's freezing in New
24
York.
degrees.
Where do you live?
33rd Street.
Oh, in the city. Okay.
Live on 33rd.
Yeah.
All right. This is Shark Tank. I love it.
Yeah, we have a good time with it.
I know we're going to talk about your book, but I got to talk about one thing on Shark Tank that I saw recently.
We can talk along you want about Shark Tank.
Well, a guy comes in with I thought was going to be the most ridiculous thing ever presented on Shark Tank, and you guys, I forgot who got this one, but you guys all loved it. It was he determined that when you're in your car and there's that space to the right where your keys and everything falls down into. He came up with a product where you could cover that area so your keys don't fall anymore between the space between the seat and the center console.
The drop stop.
The drop stop. You know the name of the product.
You didn't believe that's brilliant. You didn't believe in that?
I'm sitting at home like this is the stupidest idea ever. I can't wait for these guys to.
That's great
to kick this guy out.
I use it in my car all the time. Well, I didn't win the bid because I told them that spot where I come from Hollis, Queens, right?
Yeah.
That space that you could drop things in
Yeah.
can save you 2 to 5.
Yes,
so
it can.
I told him I don't need that.
Now, how long ago was that? Because I don't know if I'm looking at the most recent Shark Tank or one of the
I think
reruns.
That was about 3 years ago.
Oh, it was. So how well is he doing?
Do you know? Lori did that deal, so I believe he's doing really well.
Can you believe that? That's all it takes to do well for yourself, is come up with an idea like that.
Come up with an idea.
What did you invent? I know you invented something.
Fubu. I invented Fubu, a clothing brand. And then I went on to do other clothing brands as well.
So you grew up, when you were a kid, you didn't have a lot of money to grow up, or you did?
Broke.
Oh, so it was
Totally
Fubu
broke.
like the first thing that like gave you a bunch of cash?
Yeah. Absolutely.
How much?
How much?
Yeah, how much do you admit to?
How much do I admit
First
to? I know the IRS may be listening, so.
First idea.
Yeah, I made like $40.
But that's a $1 million operation.
Did you know Russell Simmons and the gang from Hollis?
I do.
Yeah. You have that
I didn't know them well growing up. I mean, he was always just that mentor that was driving by, and we were all watching him. But he was definitely my inspiration.
Does Fubu really mean for us, by us? Mm-hmm. And what made you like all of a sudden go, this would be a great clothing line? How'd you come up with that?
Well, I mean, it was a time when that rap music was becoming popular, and then we would hear designers say, you know, they don't like rappers, they don't in the city kids, African Americans, and you know, it wasn't about a color, because the first place I actually bought Fubu when I put it in magazines were Seattle, Washington, and Japan. And you know, we got frustrated. We said, well, who's ever going to make something for people that they you know, that like the clothes and like them? Who's going to be proud of it? So we came out with Fubu, and that was it. And then we just wanted to make sure that we dressed everybody that was cool. A lot of people don't realize that when NSYNC first came out, they couldn't get anybody to sponsor them. We sponsored NSYNC. We sponsored LL. Every artist that we thought was just cool.
What was the one where you think that really made you guys, like, what was the first, like, indication, like, this is going to be huge?
You know, it was a series of those things. It was the day that I first started selling my hats on the street, and I always say, I remember it was like yesterday. It was 1989. It was Good Friday, and it was about 3:00 in the afternoon. I stood outside the Coliseum Mall, shivering, trying to sell my hats. In about 1 hour, I sold about $800 worth of hats.
Wow!
And those are hats that I made with my own hands. And I remember saying, you know what? I didn't have to buy this from anybody. You know, I don't have to get fired from a job. I'm going to either fail because I don't want to come out here anymore and sell them, or I'm going to succeed because I want to come out here and sell them.
Did you try? Was there any follow up you tried that just didn't catch on? Like, I'm always amazed. Like, how did tap out gear is so massive in the MMA world, and Affliction is trying to do that. Like, but what makes something hit or miss? You don't know. Like, did you try one that you're like, ugh, that just didn't go?
Plenty of times. You know, and that's of course the concept of the book, because once we started making a lot of money, we had the resources, I went in and did a company called Heatherette. I lost $6 million on that company. I failed at that company.
Wow.
We brought Kappa, the soccer company. We brought that to the United States. We failed with that. I first brought Ted Baker to the United States, but they wanted to go retail, so we failed at that.
$6 million you lost on a company?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the whole theory. You know, when you end up having money and you think you're going to solve problems and or become successful because you could just, you know, write a check. Mm-hmm. You know, I wrote a check to everybody I thought can handle doing the Heatherette business, and I was out of $6 million. Meanwhile, with Fubu, I didn't write any checks because I didn't have any money.
Right.
I had to figure out a way to work it out. And, you know, many people, I'm sure, in this room didn't just become a broadcaster or a professional because they just said, yeah, let me write a check for it.
Right.
You had to go and kiss a lot of butt. You had to swerve when other people weren't. You had to out hustle everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's just how it is, no matter where.
When you lost $6 million, like, were you at a point where, like, that was like, oh my God, this is going to ruin me? Or did you know, like, okay, I have enough of a cushion where I can just go on to another project?
Yeah, we had enough cushion, but it
still hurts.
Oh, yeah.
It still hurts
a lot. Because not only did the $6 million that we lost hurt, it's the ego. It's, you know what, maybe Fubu was just something I was struck by lightning.
A fluke.
A fluke. I can't do this again. Can I go and invest in another company like this and lose this again? Because sooner or later, I am going to be out of the money. So what do I do right now? You know?
Did it make you gun shy about doing the next one?
It made me go back to operating the power broke, saying, all right, guys, girls at the office, how do we get something done, and how do we know this is effective without just throwing a bunch of cash at it? Because when you guys are in radio, you know, a lot of people come around and want to throw money out for various different things, and they want to just buy bigger billboards, buy this and that, and they don't create a following. People only are part of, they only buy something you have because there's a following you created. Mark, you know, Zuckerberg started off with one friend.
Right.
Now he has, whatever, $1 billion too.
Well, he still has one personally.
Yeah, that's the rumor at least.
Yeah.
He has a lot of fake friends, though, on that Facebook. Right. The book is all about coming from a place of having no money. And you basically say that's a good position to be in because it creates creativity and makes you work harder at something because you don't really have anything to fall back on. When you go into like something like radio or comedy, you always have a parent going, you better have something to fall back on. And I disagree with that. If you have nothing to fall back on, I think that pushes you forward as well and you can excel at something.
Now, 100%. Now, listen, I'm not glamorizing not having resources to feed your family and get good medical and things of that nature. But if you're going to be there in that tough position, you're not going to sit there and say, I need money to make money. I need to know somebody. Because if you really look at me, short African American from the hood, I got left back in 7th grade. I'm dyslexic, never went to college, can't draw, didn't know anybody at all. That didn't stop me at all from where I'm at. And I always say if you look at the Forbes or the Inc. top 1,000 wealthiest people in the world, 65% of them are self-made men and women. That means they were all broke. And if you need money to make money, then they would have never got on the list because everybody just would have passed down generational wealth.
Yes.
And in all reality, you need to tap into those things. And I don't want people thinking that in this book that I just am talking about myself. So I have 15 people in there that we all know that came from all different walks of life that are started off broke. Kevin Plank from Under Armour doing about $4 billion every single year.
Wow.
Taking on, Adidas, Reebok, and everybody else. Tells in the story at the peak of when he had his company, he did not, starting off his company, he didn't have enough money to pay a toll.
Wow.
So he didn't have the $2 or $3 to pay a toll. They had to write him a ticket. Wow. So let's look at somebody with money. Like you said, when parents say, don't do this. Steve Aoki. Obviously, Dad had Benihana's.
Oh, is that the DJ his father was at? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love how I said obviously. You know what? I had no idea until this very moment myself.
Dad had Benihana's. Absolutely filthy rich at the point. But his father came over here as, from Japan during the World War. He was prosecuted. He was basically, a lot of bigotry against him. Steve came to the city. He said, I want to be a DJ. The kids in the street from the hood said, get the hell out of here. You're rich. Get out of here, rich boy. Go home. You can't spin records here. Told his father what he wants to do. His father said, I'm not giving you a dime. That's not a living. You better become disciplined and come over here and you better work in the family business. And Steve said, I'm not going to take a dime. So he had to work harder for acceptance. Now he's doing about, I think $30 million a year, and he's the most touringest DJ in the world.
Wow. He hasn't, like him and Tiesto always fight out for the top spot?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow. I didn't know he was that. I know Tiesto's name I see all the time because I don't know that world, but
and he wasn't going to get Dad's money, and he didn't want Dad's money.
No. I have in here Rob Dyrdek, the skateboarder who didn't have enough money to enter the first skateboarding competition, so he went up to them and said, if I get 6 other people to enlist for whatever, $5, $10, can you let me in free? They said, yeah, whatever. And he said, okay, no problem. I already got the 6.
Right.
And now he's hosting a TV show.
Now he has Fantasy Factory, and he has 2 or 3 TV shows.
Wow.
When you were a kid growing up and you're dyslexic, I want to ask you about that. Did they think you were stupid in school, or did they know what it was?
Well, first of all, I didn't know I was dyslexic until 10 years ago. And when I was in school, I accelerated in anything math, science related. And very challenging in reading.
Wait, is dyslexia doesn't affect numbers, it's only words?
Yeah.
Dyslexia can affect numbers if you see them backwards for the most part, but there's various forms of dyslexia, but it's words mainly.
I can't comprehend it, but it's like when you see it, it's just like a jumbled mess, or you have to. How do you make it work where you can read it?
Some things are backwards, and the reason I realized I was dyslexic 10 years ago is because when we started to really look at a lot of the MapQuest and all the directional services, I would always turn left when it says turn right when it says turn left. Every time I go to a hotel and they tell me my room is this way, I'm ending up in the other area.
Oh wow!
But dyslexia is just a different form of absorbing information. So 20% of the world's population is dyslexic. There's 50 million dyslexic people in the United States, and only 3 million of them are aware of it.
Oh wow!
Out of the sharks, four out of the sharks are dyslexic.
Can we guess?
Huh?
Can we guess?
Yeah.
Mark Cuban.
Yep. Mark
guess.
Cuban, Kevin, Barbara, and myself.
Okay. I love Mark Cuban.
He's
How many sharks are there?
There's 6.
4 out of the 6 are dyslexic?
Yep.
Oh,
There's a weird. I read somewhere where they said there might be some tie-in between dyslexia and genius. Like the brain is working so fast that it processes things a certain way?
Yeah, so I'm on Yale. I work with Yale and working with them on dyslexia, and I never thought that I can get into Yale by not being able to read well, but that's the case. And 45% of entrepreneurs are dyslexic.
Wow.
Einstein was dyslexic. 7 presidents were dyslexic, and many, many other people are dyslexic that we know of.
So a lot of times they're trying to give us back tax money and they just sign it wrong. So a little political. I like it.
So the only reason I mention it,
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, the only reason I mention not to brag about myself is the fact that if you have family or kids or loved ones that are dyslexic, when kids are dyslexic in school, if they're not diagnosed at an early age, they are shy because they don't want to go, in school and sound like they're dumb, and then other kids pick on them, and then they shy away from that community. And if they happen to be around kids that have a lack of resources or lack of family around them, and somebody may say, I can tell you're not dumb. Why don't you come stand on this corner and make some money?
Right.
So dyslexia can't be solved with a pill like AD and ADHD, so drug companies can't make people aware of it. And if a kid says they're dyslexic, the only way to solve it is to work harder. It's not an escape. So if you ever have any family members that are, my daughter is dyslexic. She tried to get expelled from school years ago, and I, as a dyslexic man, did not realize she was dyslexic. So it's just something I try to make people aware because we have all these beautiful kids in our family,
So how's she doing now?
She's great, excelling.
And because you were able to...
A teacher realized what was going on, and then they started teaching her stuff in different ways, and she understood where her challenges were, and then she can concentrate on what her challenges were.
Gotcha. What's a different way they teach you something where it actually works and helps you absorb it?
Well, they teach you different ways of remembering letters and words, and they also tell make sure you don't assume. See, a dyslexic person, well, not all, but me, when I'm reading, if I see a big word's coming up and it says this word right here, superfly, argument's sake, right? I would just assume the word is super because I don't want to spend time thinking and concentrating on this word because I just want to think I'm getting over it. And I have to stop for a second and pause and look at it. And that's helped me a lot of times in my career because I've had to read documents and books, and I read it 2-3 times and absorb more.
Do you feel like, and again, I don't know if this is the internet age or whatever, but when you're reading something, whatever it is, or trying to absorb something, there becomes like this impatience. Like, just to, like you said, just to rush through, like, yeah, I know, like, I want to get on to the next thing, and I don't even know what the next thing is.
With everything, 140 characters, we're so busy trying to get through things, and that could be challenging to us.
I'm just trying to figure out why I haven't created something like Fubu. I want to be rich.
Who else is in the book? I love these stories of guys that had no money.
I have a lot of people in this book.
Give me one more, please.
I have Lauren Rittinger. I have Mark Burnett. Mark Burnett, who was the producer of my television show. Right. Mark Burnett was in the special, kind of like the special forces in the British Army. Yep. He goes there and he comes over the United States. You know his first job? He was a nanny.
Wow.
So think about like a Navy SEAL type of guy, being the nanny at the house, right?
It's a sitcom.
And then he goes out and he starts selling T-shirts on Venice Beach. And now, he has Apprentice, Contender, The Voice, Shark Tank, and a bunch of other shows.
He bought the rights to The British Survivor, right? And then he brought Survivor over. Yeah, I think that was his big move.
I think he bought the Bible, too, recently.
The Bible?
He now owns the Bible
on the History Channel?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the biggest launches of the Bible, absolutely.
Shark Tank, are you guys stuck with some of these? You're stuck with some of these companies when you decide to work with them, huh?
We are.
That's so weird.
It's an investment.
And how many of them work out in the end? I know someone else from Shark Tank told me that what you see on TV doesn't mean it's a guarantee that you guys are now going to work with that particular entrepreneur because you still got to kind of check their numbers and all that. And a lot of these deals do fall apart after you see it on TV.
Yeah. So, if I were to give you the skinny of Shark Tank of what you may or may not know is, first of all, we absolutely do not know anything about those people. Right, we don't even get a piece of paper on them. Right, those pitches range from 18 minutes to 2.5 hours. You see 8 minutes of it. We close. It takes us 3 to maybe 6 months to close on those deals. But, my closing ratio on those deals are about 80%.
Oh,
because every single year we get, more refined. We get more people on our team that can operate the companies. The companies themselves are a little more honed in on who they want to do a deal with, and they're a little more prepared. So about 80%. And then out of my deals, I would say 3 are 2 to 3 a year are strong. I mean, they go out and do millions of dollars. Another 2 or 3 chug along and slowly progress. And then others, I never write them totally off unless they say we're going to close the business. And only 2 of my businesses closed in the last 7 years. No, 4 of them are closed. The rest are kind of just hoping for a break.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing this. They're just trying to figure it out,
I know what that's about.
I assume they don't pay you guys to be on TV then, right? Because
They pay us now.
But at first they didn't?
Well, they always have to pay you because then it's
true. But I guess what I meant was
it's not worth. It's not covering the investments.
It was pocket money at first because they knew that you guys were actually getting real money through some of these deals.
Absolutely, and now it's a little bit more in the pocket money, but it's not. I mean, we never went on the show that listen. You're not going to see any of the Sharks most likely working in Piggly Wiggly. So, Mark Cuban, whatever jet he decides to take in that day to work. So, we don't do it for that. We do it, because it's really amazing. It's a show that is one of the top shows watched from kids 5 to 15 years old on network, and one of the top shows watched parents and kids together. Now, when you really look at that show and you see how many people come up to us and say, my daughter or my son wants to be a Shark just as much as they want to be an entertainer or an athlete today. So now they're looking at various different ways to have a profession.
Yeah.
Or a father or mother comes home and their daughter says to Mommy, Daddy, now I know what you do at work every day. It's a much bigger situation to be in than us. We're a very small part. We're a conduit of the American dream and people empowering themselves.
I got a guy who wants to be on Shark Tank bad, a friend of mine. He's got the Schmitty. He's doing well. It's the shit glove to pick up dog shit.
The Schmitty.
He calls it the Schmitty, and he's doing good business so far.
That's great. That's
not
fun.
Bad, right? The Schmitty.
Don't tell me any more about it, because then he'll be disqualified. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't know any numbers. I don't know who the guy is.
I'm not sure if he's officially going for Shark Tank, but whatever. But, I mean, my point is, because of Shark Tank, when you're at someone's house, everyone is just sitting around talking about, I got one. And everyone, starts throwing around their idea in the kitchen. Yeah.
Hey, was there ever one that you should have bet on that you didn't? Like, I'm sure people came to you with business opportunities that you look back on and you're like, oh, God, why didn't I grab that?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I'll tell you why. I learned because Lori did that drop-stop deal, right?
I don't know what that is.
I think it's successful.
That's the one I was talking about earlier. Okay. The space in between the seat and the center console where your shit falls into.
Yeah. But she also did this deal of a piece of, it almost looks like a clothing pin that you put on your
lapel,
and hold your glasses in, so you won't, if you fall, they won't fall out. Now, I've been putting holes in the shirts of my company for a while. Tommy Bahama is well known for it, putting a hole there. I would have never sold that, right? She sold $6 million worth of that stupid little pin.
Jesus.
Right?
Your guy is shaking his head.
She did. And I tell him myself, right?
Crazy.
It's the marriage of the person that has a vision with the shark that has a vision, that has the connections, because, and then when you think about it, Lori's been selling reading glasses on QVC for 15 years. Mm-hmm. So she has millions of people that have purchased reading glasses from her. It's a natural fit. So anything that you think is going to work with somebody, and, it's a shark, and just because we are who we are, we fail too, right? We fail more than we succeed.
Well, is there anything you thought of, too, or that somebody, you're like, oh, this is brilliant, I'm a genius, and then you realize, oh, that's been out for 8 years?
Yes.
What was one that you thought of that had already been done?
Well, let me think of the one that's been out for 8 years that I tried to do.
The necktie?
No.
The clip-on tie.
I have to think about which company that I tried to do it. Jeez. Oh, man. I gotta get back to you, but trust me.
Okay, it's happened where
there's a bunch
you think it's an original thought, but then you're like, or maybe it is an original thought, but someone else also had it.
Oh, yeah, someone else is doing. We have a company that first came out. It was called Treasure Chest Pets. Treasure Chest Pets. It was like this dog, and kids could hide their iPhones or their notes or whatever in it. And at the same time, Pillow Pets comes out.
Okay.
Crushed us.
I know Pillow Pets.
Crushed us.
I know Pillow Pets.
I don't know what a pillow pet is.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
They fold up.
The pockets in it.
They fold up and stuff.
And it has pockets in it.
Yeah. Who has the bragging rights on Shark Tank as far as the most successful from the show? As far as
that little
come on,
beady-eyed Lori.
Lori's got it, huh?
Lori has a sponge. It's called a
Scrub Daddy. He's wearing the shirt.
I didn't wear this as a tie-in. I have two free. They're very comfy and soft. And we had the guy from Scrub Daddy who came in, and he was very happy that I was wearing a shirt.
He's done $70 million in Scrub Daddies.
Wow. I just like the shirt.
That guy we met, that little weirdo?
He I don't know. He might be playing it a certain way because he's like, I still need money.
What?
He's got to have a few mil, right? From Scrub Daddy?
Mil.
Yeah.
He's got a few mil.
Yeah, he has a couple mil.
Yeah.
And those shirts are really soft. Really.
But I think that
everyone's touching my shirt. I feel good.
You bummed him out, though. But, you bummed out Daymond when he saw you wearing that shirt.
I joke about it, but honestly, it's amazing. That guy, I think he may still need money because he may have more ideas.
He does. He brought in his next idea here.
The belt.
Yeah.
Yes.
That charges your
he's a great guy. He's a sharp guy, and Lori did amazing with
this. Is that the number one still, Scrub Daddy? From
Scrub
Shark Tank?
The number one, I think that...
who's number two?
I don't know yet. I think I'm coming up on number two. I have a company that is called Al Bubba Baker's Boneless Ribs.
Yes.
It's a rib where the bone is actually technically pulled out, and we have a patent on the process and the product. And I think we'll hit $200 million a year in about 2 more years. But right now, it's.
And the idea was just taking the bone out of the rib. That's it, right?
Yeah, but he had to get a patent on it because he had to heat it to a certain amount. Because if you heat it too much, the meat's gonna get curly and tough. So he's had the patent for quite some time.
How do you figure that out? I remember that episode.
He's a genius when it comes to that. I think he won Rookie of the Year in like 1974 for the Cleveland Browns or something like that. A big, huge guy.
Yeah, I remember he was a big guy. I didn't know he played football.
Yeah, he was a monster, right?
Okay.
And I see the guy limping one day. Because he always comes in and says, football was my job. Ribs are my passion.
I do remember
I see the guy limping. I said, tell me the story. What happened? Who hit you? What happened? How did you hurt yourself? He said, I was in a barbecue contest and I was taking a big brisket out of the oven. I stepped in a rabbit hole. So you can tell he didn't get hurt the whole time in the NFL, but he got hurt.
A brisket took him out.
With a brisket and a rabbit.
And that's probably like knowing that is probably someone in his family, and he was a kid, his grandmother, or somebody knew how to do that and just did it and took it out. And he's like, this is.
Well, here's where he said the passion came from. He said when he got married, he loved ribs. He said he never thought he would marry a woman who would not like ribs. And she said, I don't like ribs because I don't want to get it in my teeth and in my fingernails. So he busted his butt out of love to find a way to pull the bones out of the ribs so he can eat ribs with his wife.
Wow.
Pretty amazing.
What a lady.
And that's number two.
And then he quit the business. He stopped because he didn't, he stopped working on the patent, and his daughter was running track, I believe, and she quit running track. And he said, you can't quit. You're Al Bubba Baker's daughter. Don't ever quit. Why'd you quit? And she said, well, why'd you quit following your dreams with the ribs?
Ooh, these women are ruining his life.
These women are making his life.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Got Dad back into the ribs.
Yeah. Kicked him in his butt. I love it.
So sometimes what you're passionate about, like you can just, your own need to make it a certain way. Yeah, so I can invent something that can get prostitutes in and out of the building without the doormen seeing.
Yeah.
You make millions.
It's called a parachute. It's called a parachute. It's called a prostitute.
How about you just don't do it? Hey. How about you just don't do it and you'll save millions, Jimmy?
That's a good way to put it.
You'll save a few bucks.
But it is interesting how somebody's own desire to get something done. And
it's the same. It's the same with Kevin Plank, Rob Durdak, myself. I just want to dress people. Al Bubba, he just wants to make ribs.
What did your first hats look like? Sorry to interrupt you. What did your first hats look like?
Like crap.
They were bad?
Oh, horrible.
Do you have any of the originals saved?
No, they wouldn't even they wouldn't have lasted that long. It's 20 years. It's like a sleeve that's cut off and you tie a shoestring at the top.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a few.
Yeah.
Oh.
Horrible.
And you sold $800 worth the first day?
$800 worth.
Wouldn't you love to get one of the original ones, though?
I would. I asked one of my friends still has one. He won't give it to me. Well, he give it to me, but I don't like the price.
Right.
He's not really a friend.
That's not a friend.
I know. He's like, yeah, $10,000. This is because you're going to put it in a museum somewhere.
Exactly.
What about people on the show? Do you get mad when they cry? A little bit, like, here we go.
Yeah, I get mad when they cry if I think they're crying because of, first of all, they want to just do it to, for the money, or,
pity.
Or pity, things like that. Or, here's the people I get mad at on the show. I get mad at people on the show that have an idea or concept. They're not operating the way we're telling them to operate step by step by step. They went and got grandma to open up her 401k retirement fund. They took the money out of their kids' college fund. Their wife is supporting them doing that, and they're not facing the reality that this business is not working.
Yes.
And they're taking advantage, but they're not listening. And their entire family and friends, they all want to be part of a movement. They want this person to have success, but this person is not saying, okay, it's not working, and they're going, I want more money.
Yeah.
I want more
Instead
money.
of taking their losses and cutting the losses.
Taking their losses
Right.
and making sure their family is okay. Those are the people that I want to have a voice for their family and say, stop. Or cut everything and just chug along slowly. Listen, if you're selling a cupcake and nobody likes that cupcake, advertising and buying $10,000 worth of more cupcakes to sell, they're all going to taste like crap.
Right.
Perfect the one cupcake.
Mm-hmm. Instead of flooding the market with a bunch of shit.
Hey, one last question. What was the worst idea?
On Shark Tank?
On Shark Tank. I remember one, and maybe you could help me out. It was some kind of, was it a video game with a keg attached, or?
Oh, that one.
What was that again?
No, that's not the worst idea. That was like the old arcade.
But
right? you can,
but it had
bless yourself if you wanted to with a mug, right?
Yeah.
No, the worst idea was the guy early off. He wanted to put Bluetooth in your neck surgically. Yeah. And he was like, well, the military needs this. You don't want to drop your phone. And then he said you had to put a rod in your neck in the middle of the night to charge it. And every time you had to upgrade the phone or something, you had to get another surgery.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That one. And he was a little
off.
He looked a little off himself, but,
But Daymond, we're heading that way eventually.
I don't know.
It'll be through the bones. The military, they do bone.
We're going to be implanting something soon.
Yeah, I get that, but his technology wasn't that. It was like, having a flip phone in your neck, so it wasn't like,
That's so great.
It'll work on something that does the erections, but like El Chapo got the thing that you squeeze, the ball that you squeeze the erection in your testicle to
You actually squeeze your own balls?
Yes. Yeah, and some of them you do. So there's got to be a better way to get that done.
Pump?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. Yeah, and it pumps blood in.
It's in his body or externally?
You know what? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to guess inside. I'm going to guess inside.
I would just say you buy the little thing like the whip hit thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I think it's internal.
I think we got to get Daymond out of here, man. This book, it's called The Power of Broke. It's out today, right?
The Power of Broke.
That means I'm pretty powerful.
Anything else you want to say about the book? I think we did it justice, but
no, you absolutely did it justice. This, what I try to put in the book is examples of many people who have a sufficient amount of wealth, but how you can today, because of social media. I've met over 160 people in the last year that started a company recently and doing over $1 million over their iPhones, and this shows you step by step on how you can do those same things. Now, again, I'm not going to say everybody's business or idea is good and they're going to get an A on everything, but at least you're going to be able to fail fast and fail cheap and hopefully come back and do something else and be a little better and be able to empower yourselves and feel good about yourself.
Right on, man. Daymond John.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
The Power of Broke out today.
All right, quick break, and then we got Chelsea Handler coming in to say hi. Thanks, Daymond. Nice meeting you, buddy. Okay. Got Chelsea Handler in the studio.
That's right.
We've already talked to her for about 10 minutes.
Yes.
Catching up a little bit.
And we were saying that we were bummed we couldn't watch the. It's called Chelsea
Christ.
Does. It's a 4-part series.
4-part documentary series on Netflix this Saturday night, assholes. Okay.
And it starts you doing different things.
Chelsea does racism. Chelsea does marriage, drugs. And Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and the first one I think is marriage, or Chelsea does weddings.
We wouldn't know, and we probably shouldn't have told her that we had a technical problem.
Netflix is on like lockdown.
I know.
Like shut down. So you can't even, you have to have every code right. So I'm sorry it didn't play for you guys.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see it.
Watch it on Netflix this Saturday when it comes out. I know you want to see it before you interview me, but we're not going to fucking talk about that anyway.
Well, why? Racism is a big topic.
Yeah, we can talk about racism.
We could a little racism today.
I went down to the South and interviewed all these people that live on plantations that these white, there's so many white people in the South that talk about, they're like, yeah, slavery wasn't as bad as people think. It got a really bad rap. And you talk to people like that, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of illuminated how little we actually all know about because people think, oh, we have a black president, we've come so far. It's meanwhile, black people are getting shot in the back every other day. So that one was the heaviest one, but I mean, none of them are heavy because it's me. So I'm obviously
you get some jokes in there.
Yeah, of course. I'm just wait, what is going on here? But Yeah, they were all really fun to do. It was totally out of my comfort zone. I've never done anything like that. I just wanted to get as far away from my last show as I could and do something that was like scary, and that I got these 2 documentarians to do it. I was like, listen, I want to tonally be myself, but I need it to be like cool and stylistic, so doesn't look like I'm on the E channel. And I'm not.
So there's some serious tones to this show.
Yeah.
Nice.
How do you feel about the Oscars then? That ties in perfectly, like all this problem with the Oscars, and they're saying there's no black nominees.
I don't know. I mean, it's stupid for a white person to comment on that, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to get nominated just because you're black? You shouldn't want that either. But there do need to be more black movies, like with more black directors. That's a valid point. But you can't just demand a nomination every year. That's not a way to get an award. At least not for me as a single black woman.
What did you do with your time off?
I went off. I went everywhere in the world. I traveled. I learned. I did whatever 55-year-old woman on a sabbatical would do. I learned Spanish. I take Spanish lessons 3 times a week. I bought a house in Spain to force me to learn Spanish. Very expensive way to learn a language. I traveled. I rented yachts. I went out with my friends. I went scuba diving in French Polynesia. I went to China.
Nice.
I did everything I could possibly do so that by the time I came back to work, I was felt like I had watered myself.
What was the coolest thing you ended up doing in that time off? The one thing where you go, that was it.
Well, a lot of it was it, because you work so much when you get work, and people think you can't leave it because you're like, oh, what if I'm not as famous when I come back, or I'm not relevant, or all that bullshit. And I just didn't want to ever behave that way. So I just I want to go, I want to go experience as much as I can. I went to South America. I went to Europe. I went everywhere. And the best thing I did was buy my house in Spain, because now I get to go to Spain all the time, and it's not ready yet, but it'll be ready in a few months. And I think that's I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that. I was like, good, because that made me if I went away, because I love to travel, if I went away and I didn't have to come back for work, financially, and I didn't buy a house, I would have probably been I'm just going to go live somewhere, in Finland.
But were you afraid at any point, though? Because it is scary for a performer, especially, because you were doing so well, to just go, I'm okay taking a year off or a year and a half off?
Yeah, I was okay with it, because I just figured I've been on TV for so long, I was sick of myself. I thought I was annoying, and if I'm annoying myself, I know I'm annoying a lot of other people. So I just wanted to refresh, and I wanted to change my career. I was like, this isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about sports and sexism and racism and rape and blah, blah, and shit. And, and not have it be like a Barbara Walters or anything like that. But I think it could have been better. I think you have to keep better company. And Netflix is, to me, the coolest place I could have gone. I was like, that's the only place for me. So when they said yes, I was like, all right, here, I'm coming over.
And how cool is it now, Netflix? I mean, it was doing well, obviously, when you signed, but now it's just,
I know, it's in 190 countries. 100. Wow. There's no network. There are 198 countries, and they're in 190. So Jesus. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's great for everybody who's on it, because you're on that show, and it takes away doing 50 other shows, No offense, Opie and Radio. No, Opie and just Opie Radio.
It's
getting used to it, even though it's been a year and a half. I'm getting used to it. Getting used to the ring.
And you were brave enough to leave your show when it was still popular.
Yeah,
a lot of people aren't brave to do that.
No,
they'll wait for the decline and go, okay, now it's time.
No, I wanted to go out while it was good, and I just wasn't interested anymore. I was going to work fewer and fewer hours. I'd get in at noon and leave at 3:30 or whenever we wrapped. In the beginning I was there at 8, and I left at 6, and it was fun, and we all hung out all the time. And then after 7 years, I was like, I fucking hate all of you people.
What got to you after a while? Was it just the familiarity, or was there something happening that you just weren't happy with?
Just the same, the one-dimensional topic, you're talking about celebrity day in and day out was just that's boring after a while. If you have half of a brain, you want to talk about other things. I don't know anything about sports, but I love reading the sports section. I love going to sporting events. I don't know what the hell I'm watching or doing, but I'm into it.
Right.
So I'd rather put myself into situations where I know nothing and can learn something, and have the people that are watching me learn something, rather than just kind of repeat the same bullshit.
What do you think of Trump? And Hillary.
I want to sit on his face. Twice.
And Bernie Sanders. What do you think of these people?
You mean Larry David?
Larry David, right.
I think I'm going to go for Hillary. I like Bernie Sanders a lot, but he's just so fucking old. I mean, I don't know how I could
He
go
would
for
die
him.
in office,
I mean, he's 74, yeah.
Oh, is he that old?
And he looks it. He looks every day
he's
of
old.
that.
He's old. And sorry, but that's a job where you really actually need to be a little bit younger.
Well,
I think
Hillary's
I'm going
not
to go for
far
Hillary.
behind. Hillary's like
68.
68.
Wow.
Is she 68?
Or 69, yeah. She's
She's upper 60s easy.
Well, an older Jewish man is different than, you know what I mean? Like, older Jewish men somehow, like, have 5 years on them, no matter how old they are. They're 5 years older.
74 for a man is way older
Yeah,
than
my
74
dad's in
for
these
a
documentaries. He's in the
female.
marriage documentary, and he's in the race documentary because my dad's, like, huge racist, but doesn't think he is racist because he hits on black people.
All right.
Like, he's got black, like, home health care nurses, and he sexually harasses them all the time. So he thinks, like, that makes him not racist. I'm like, no, but you still say Schwarza. Like, you're out of control. So he's in a lot of he's in the documentaries too. The marriage one where he explains to me that he, doesn't think I'm marriage material, and that any man who marries me is like signing up for torture.
Why doesn't he think you're marriage material?
Because he just thinks I'm out of, like, that no man can tell me what to do. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You should be proud of me, not like upset. He's like, you're just too difficult. You're just too difficult.
And you're okay with that? Do you want to be married someday?
No. But I'm just
Yeah, I
saying.
think you told us that one
my
other
point
time.
was, he's 85.
Wow.
My father, excuse me, and he looks like he's 105. Not that 85, any 85 spry people are running around town, but he looks like he's,
And you really think he's a racist, or is it just how he came up?
Yeah, it's how he came up. I don't
Because
think
I had a
he's-
grandma, there was no way she was racist, but we had a black woman that was renting a room in my house, and she would call her the colored girl. And my mom would correct her, but she just didn't. That's what they called black people when she was coming up.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, my dad is. It's his background, and it's the time of it's his generation, but he's still. Like, he's still so blunt and so inappropriate. I mean, he's like sexually harassing me, He's just like, your body looks really good, like, that's my father. He's always been that way. I mean, it's gotten worse in the last 10 years, obviously.
I gotcha.
It's funny. I've heard other women talk about my dad. Like, one girl I know, she's like, my dad would pinch my ass sometimes. And like, after a while, she just got like really annoyed at him as she became like in her 30s. She was like, that's creepy. It felt weird. Yeah. I guess dads and daughters are bizarre.
Yeah, it's a weird relationship, definitely. Because men, when they get older, get really gross, like perverted, and a lot of men are like dirty old men.
Yeah.
Women aren't like in nursing homes at 80 and 90 trying to get laid.
Right.
With their vaginas out. My father's like, here's my penis. Come sit on it. It's like, don't say that out again. I mean, I've had to pay fines like at nursing homes like to get him removed without a lawsuit.
I believe it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how bad he is.
But he's not alone. My mom's in one of those homes, and you see the guys that are still trying to get in there.
Action.
Oh man, they are dressed perfectly every day, and they're working their personality up and down the halls.
I hear there's a lot of sex in nursing homes.
Supposedly.
Yeah, there is. I think there's like a lot of rape in nursing homes.
Wow.
Yeah. Not to bring the conversation down,
Oh.
No,
but
rape is
apparently
up.
there's a
They're all
lot of
about
like
fun,
sexual,
huh?
like, because a lot of them don't know what the hell's going on, and if there's a horny old guy who's like,
Right.
oh, here, I'm going to just like empty my
Right.
STDs too, I've heard.
Yeah,
Like a lot of old
STDs
people.
and like robberies, burglaries.
What?
Like the nurses that work there, they can
Oh,
steal.
yeah.
Yeah, well, because obviously they're not like on the alert. These people.
But I feel like an STD at that age is kind of like,
Yeah,
fuck
it's a wrap on you anyway. So
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but you don't need one more problem. You don't need one more itch at that age. I think the last thing you need is your
It all itches.
But there's a lot of bad people working in those places,
Yeah, there are.
stealing the residents' stuff. There's always some issue, always.
Is your mom living?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I say you give them all pot.
I know. I like that idea. My family and I, anytime we do a family vacation, we all have edibles because we get along so much better, obviously, when everybody's a little stoned. And even my sister, who's like Mormon-ish, we give her pot, and she's even into it. Like,
Yeah.
she's just it just mellows everybody out. Everybody should be on edibles, I think. But, older people, you have to be very careful with those edibles because a little goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like
and then
the,
you make them, and then you're into it.
I'm dipping a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
I'm not
It's
all
nothing to
in,
be
but
ashamed
I'm
of.
dipping a little bit. It's kind of nice.
It's great.
You do
Yeah.
the edibles, Mark?
I like the lollipops.
I do.
Yeah, those are good. That's
Those are
great.
good.
See, I always forget the kind of pot I like. And then,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you do, like, my family and I were in Mexico a few months ago, and we all took this edible, and I always give them a half dose of whatever it says. And we were laid out for like 24 hours. Like, my sister was like, I'm seeing fucking stars right now. Like, she's like, I'm hallucinating. And my nieces were there who were like 10 and 9, and we all had our sunglasses on till 10 o'clock at night. None of us could function.
Yeah.
The only thing you could do is eat and eat to try to come down, and it doesn't work. It's just kind of like you get high an hour after, and then you think you're high, and then you keep getting higher.
Yes, exactly.
Like you get exponentially higher as the night goes on, so it's very hard to monitor that.
My brother-in-law tells a story. Because like you said, it takes 75 minutes. He took it out of a lozenge, and then nothing was happening, so he took another one. And then he spent the night. Misnomer. He spent the night in his bed with the covers up and lights that he'd seen a million times in his room. He's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he was scared he was going to kill his own kid. It got crazy.
We had a masseuse come to our, like, we were in this villa in Mexico, and we had this masseuse come, and I said to my sister Simone, I'm like, I am just like, she doesn't do it because she's an attorney. And she was like, I go, I can't get a massage. I'm too fucked up. Like, I can't have somebody touching me right now. And she's like, what about Charlie? Get to Charlie, my 10-year-old niece. And I'm like, Charlie, come on. You have to go upstairs and get a full body massage. And so she's like, and then I had to go watch her because I'm like, she's 10. She doesn't know. I'm like, don't take off your clothes. Just keep on your bathing suit. And she's like flipping over. It's like this woman's like trying to massage a 10-year-old. It was so bizarre.
That's nuts.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, okay, no more drugs on this.
Wouldn't a massage feel good though if you were really stoned?
Yeah, but my 10-year-old niece was not stoned because she's 10.
No, for you.
Oh, for me, no. I was too high. It wasn't that fun stoned. It was like I had to be in a corner like with like a fishing rod just to protect myself.
What a fishing rod. I like the chocolate bars.
Yeah, the chocolate, little chocolate is right. Any of those Jolly Ranchers, no. Those get crazy, like the gummies.
Just a little square of the chocolate bar.
And the lollipops, you're absolutely right. Those are the
and they don't have they don't have it down. You don't know how much you're really,
no.
going.
I ate a brownie the night before Thanksgiving, slept next day high at Thanksgiving with my family. I'm talking to my grandmother about, nom.
The next day?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh, did your grandmother volunteer for nom?
She was a seamstress or something.
Oh, she sounds great.
Yeah.
Nice lady. She's dead now.
Oh, God rest her soul.
No kidding.
She was raped in a nursing home.
So you do racism, marriage. What else was the other one?
Racism, marriage, Silicon Valley, which is all about technology. I go to Silicon Valley and just find out like the whole lifestyle of everybody up there, which is, that to me is the funniest one, actually.
There's a funny clip of you talking to a fucking really creepy robot.
Yeah, they brought these robots to like all the new wave technology they brought to my house, or I'd go there and meet with all these like venture capitalists. And I have an app coming out that I pitched in the show, and and they made it into an app. And yes, I mean, technology just drives me up a wall because I don't know how to use anything. And every time there's a new fucking iPhone that comes out or a new iPad, I'm just like, I don't even want to know. It's like, just stop advancing. And so that one was like, actually, like, I'm super passionate about it because everybody's bitches about technology all day long, when 20 years ago we didn't even have the ability to check our, shit every 2 seconds, or to check your email. Like, you had to go home and check your fucking computer.
Isn't it weird to think that we come from a time where you would leave your house and that was it? Like, you had to hope you could find your friends and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And it was always like you would find one friend and they would maybe know where the other friend is that you really want to hang out with.
Right.
It's hard to remember those days.
You had to keep your plans.
You're old enough to know this stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess. All right.
Grew up in the 80s.
And then there was finally beepers at least. Like, oh, I'm getting a beep. Let's find a payphone. I'm going to, call and figure out what's going on.
We're the generation that handles it weird, though, because we remember it before, and now we're in this place. I think people who are 15 years old now, they're just used to instant communication, and they know how to do it all.
No concept.
But it's very, very hard to keep, like, I'm always in my phone, and I hate that I am, but I just can't stop looking.
I know. I know. We're always in. And then you feel like a loser. Like, I would rather be a cooler person that doesn't pick up my phone all the time. Like, even when I'm just driving around the city with, like, my hair and makeup team and my publicist, and they're all on their phones, and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if I wasn't? Doing the same fucking thing, checking Twitter and Instagram. It's gross.
But the rest of the world is usually more interesting than whatever one or two people you're talking to, so it's a very hard temptation to resist.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think you can I think it's cool to be in the moment with people you're talking to, like, instead of having, because everybody's a little bit interesting, unless they think they are.
Yeah. Where are you at with Instagram? Aren't you fighting a war with them? The topless shots? Where are we at?
They just would take them down. I don't do that. I haven't done that in a while. Just trying to make my point. And I think I made it.
You made your point?
Yeah, I made it.
What's wrong with seeing boobies on Instagram?
Exactly. What's wrong with seeing male boobies? There are none up there. You'd only find my naked pictures on Twitter.
That's not a stupid question. Is that Ed Asner you're talking to, or no?
No, that's my
your
dad.
father?
Oh, your dad. Wow.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It really looks like Ed Asner.
A little bit.
I met Ed Asner once. This is so great. I met him at this place at some party in Hollywood, and he came up to me, and I went up to him and I go, "Hey, I got to tell you, you look exactly like my father. My whole life I've grown up with you, and you look just like my father." And he goes, "Does your father want to fuck you?"
Wow.
Good boy, Ed.
Wow.
I was like, "Thank you." Great meeting.
Ed Asner's a good boy.
Good for him.
Well, I mean, I saw the topless shots. They're wonderful.
Thank you. I appreciate your support with my art.
Well, I mean, you were trying to get something done, and I felt like I had to support you and check out your pictures.
Thank you again.
Okay. Is it, you just got into, you were always in decent shape. I never remember you being in poor shape. I mean.
No, I know people keep saying, I mean, I work out like a maniac though. I do work out all the time with my trainer and like even the gym at my hotel I've been working out, which is not like me. But once you get your body going, it's kind of addicting, you know?
Yeah. What's your one weakness? Do you have a weakness that like fucks you up every time, food-wise?
Oh no, I'm bad with food. I love like fucking gummy bears and shit, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm bad. I'm a bad eater, but if I get my shit together and I eat really well, like you can see the difference in your body like within 3 days. Like if you really are clean and you don't eat fatty shit and no soda. My thing is soda. I love soda. Like Coke Zero.
Yeah,
ginger ale. I love it.
Yeah, there's worse things though.
Yeah, I don't drink the soda.
Yeah, I wish somebody had told me. Like, I wish somebody had just fucking said to me when I was a little kid, you cannot have soda.
You just had to grow poor. We couldn't afford soda.
Oh, really?
So I'm not.
Well, we
so
had
I'm used to
Diet
not
Light
having
or something. We weren't rich either, but we had something.
No, we never had soda in the house. I would have it at my friends here and there. But
so you don't drink it?
Not really.
Yeah.
A couple times a year, and I do enjoy it, but it's not something I reach for.
Right. See, I get on a plane. I'm like, I need a Diet Coke with a lemon in that ice little plastic. It's like, I'm like climaxing. I'm so addicted to soda.
Yeah, there's something in it because I love I finally got off it, and it's very difficult because your body like reads it as real soda. Your body's dumb, so it just thinks you're drinking regular shit and makes you fat anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's defeating its own purpose.
My thing's coffee. I'll drink coffee all day.
Oh, go for it. I don't drink coffee, so
coffee.
go fuck yourself.
Where you at with the people that used to do your old show? Everyone good?
You mean Heather McDonald's? I've already addressed that on Howard Stern. You want me to address it again?
I don't even know there's an issue with Howard.
No, she was just saying that she lived in fear of her life while she was working for me.
I had no idea that was happening.
No, it wasn't happening.
Oh.
Please, what is not happening? Some of them are on the new show. Not any of the on-camera people, because it's a completely different show, and it's a completely different. Like a lot of the docuseries people are the people that I hired for my new show, because the docuseries is kind of a bridge to show people what I want to do on the new show. So I
didn't try to piss you off.
Oh no, I didn't. You didn't have
to. No, because it happens a lot. That's why I want to bring it up. There are people that like have left our show, and then all of a sudden decide they have all sorts of problems with you. It's like
so
what?
I'm like, she's so typical. This is so her. She would. I mean, she's on a radio show talking only about me. Like, she's not talking about a project or anything. I mean, I would never, this is the least surprising thing in the world to me.
Yeah, because it seemed like you guys got along, because I did read that, and I was like, that's strange, because the little I knew, I certainly thought you guys were, certainly got along at work.
I should do more show prep. I had no idea that there was anything said.
Okay, don't worry. Don't say her name again. She wants publicity.
Yeah.
We'll call her dumb whore. Is that cool?
My point is, I've done this radio show forever, and I've had the same shit. Like, well, you probably should have told me that when you were here. I didn't even know we had a fucking problem. Now we have a problem because you're not here anymore? Strange.
Yeah, I always tell people exactly, like, right to their face what my problem is. And if I end a relationship, you know why.
Right.
There's never any question. Like, I'm not somebody who's having a secret. Like, I'm scared of conflict.
Right.
Quite the opposite. I enjoy it.
Nice.
When something like that happens, even not with her, with somebody else, do you ever feel like betrayed? Like, I fucking helped that person, and they just turn on you?
I mean, no. After a while, like, this happens so many times with people that you just. No, I don't feel. I feel like the reason I stopped being friends with her, she did something that she betrayed me, so that's why. But now, I mean, that's the kind of person she is. Like, you don't air your dirty laundry over a radio show. You just don't. Like, it's not with somebody you know personally, like, that's not the way you do something. But who cares? I mean, that's her. Like, you take a look at her picture and you're like, oh, you're gross. That's the kind of person she is.
So just remember the good times.
Yeah, the good times. Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll, Chelsea Handler.
Yeah, you helped a lot of people because your show, like on the road, they would just do the comedians of Chelsea Handler, and I mean, it was a draw. So just your name on it.
Oh my God, it was a huge draw for those people.
Nothing connected me to women faster. By the way, this is why I love doing your show too.
Is this why you got laid for so long?
Yes, because I'm telling you, girls all watch Chelsea Handler's show. They saw you. They didn't know me anything else. They didn't give a fuck. I was on Louis.
That's the thing I'm most proud of.
That's your biggest accomplishment too.
Getting people like you laid.
That is that's the hardest thing you did, and it worked nicely because you helped me get laid quite often. So I appreciate that.
Well, I'm excited to see the show. I really wish I got to see it before you came in here, Chelsea Handler. But it's Chelsea Does, premiering Saturday on Netflix. There's 4 of them. You're going to do more?
Yeah. Well, they're going to move into my show, so it'll be more of that stuff in my show.
When does your show start?
May.
Okay.
You're getting there finally. You're getting back to work full time.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
You're ready?
I don't really look forward to things. I just kind of dive into them. So by the time I'm there, we've got a whole staff, and it's there. It's moving. It's happening. I'm like, okay, got another thing to do.
Do you get scared at all? Like that it won't resonate the way the first one did?
Sure. Yeah, you think those things, but I think ultimately, if you make a huge leap and you take a big risk, there's going to be a big reward, or it's a big failure. But I think when you do it the right way in a thoughtful way, it's not like I'm going to TV land hoping that it resonates.
Right. Well, now they're saying you really have to go. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Chelsea
guys.
Handler.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
All right. Very good.
Nice to meet you.
And we're done, I guess. Jimmy's going to be in Arizona this weekend.
Talking Stick Casino.
All right. And Mark Norman. Mark, love having you in here. Jesus.
Thanks for having me. Come to Helium, you sons of bitches.
Thursday through Sunday, the Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia. And thank you, Chelsea. And it's Mark Norm on Twitter. I think that's it. Let's get out of here.
Yes.
You good, Jimmy?
Fantastic. Yes, Mark?
I was going to say, you did great there. I know you were nervous.
Yeah, me and Mark get weird with
women.
You guys really?
Strong women.
It might be strong. We were discussing this during the break.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, there's this strong woman comes in here, and I fucking fall apart for some reason.
Well, she looks you in the eye, and you're like, she knows every secret I have. You get that feeling. You don't have that?
No.
Oh, my God.
She goes, no. But no, I'm not saying there's no one in life that ever made me uncomfortable.
I
love people like Chelsea because people who are that honest. No, but I mean that mentality of people who are that brutally honest.
Yeah.
I know that they genuinely enjoy me when they're acting like they enjoy me.
I remember
there's no bullshit with them.
Right.
No, I like them. I find them comforting.
I remember the first time she came in, I was definitely intimidated. I didn't feel that today.
No, she was great and sweet and funny, but I'm just scared of confrontation, and I feel like certain people will just, if they're blunt, a confrontation will start.
Then it does. I mean,
I guess.
I'm not saying
then you fight your way out of it, Mark.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm not saying I love all confrontation. If it comes up, it comes up. But I don't think of that with someone, a guy or a woman like that. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think they're quite. I love women like that.
I thought she was sexy.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, she's funny.
I love slits.
Slits.
She's not a slit. I'm just saying in general. Because he said he loves women. I'm like, yeah, I love slits.
Oh, I see.
All right.
But there's a beer.
I like that.
All right, then.
And I like the way Olivia Munn gave fucking stupid Eric Stangl a beating. That made me happy.
Oh, really?
But we broke that down. He was on her side.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter. Still funny.
No, that part was fun. I don't give a fuck about that. But she misread what he was doing that day.
That's okay. Good for her smashing him.
It was fun to throw him under the bus.
Oh, it was great. Him standing there trying to fucking bond. Her just clubbing him.
He was definitely on her side with that whole fucking thing.
Yeah, well, that's the price he pays. You try to speak up from the back. Stand in the corner, dummy. Shut your face.
Yeah, where is he?
Right now, he hung himself.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Really tragic.
Wow.
No, him and Justin are away.
That's a hell of a rope.
For a couple days.
No, you're thinking of Justin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, he didn't hang himself.
All right.
No, I remember when fucking the Federal Mirror building blew up. Timothy McVeigh blew the building up. Yeah. Otto had a joke. He's like, there was no explosion. Marlon Brando hung himself on the top floor. Made me laugh very hard when Otto said that.
Otto.
Nice. With that, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Mark Norman.
See you in Helium.